I say, here at Kajun Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it with no problem.
Hello, 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 and good morning, everyone. And how is everyone doing on this beautiful Monday, beautiful, bright, early morning Monday? And first in the chat today to get that 5 point is Papa Smurf's Tinker's Shop. Hello, good morning, and welcome, Papa Smurf. And we have Thrifty Junker Dina. Hello, good morning, and welcome, Yenzer. Hello, hello, good morning, Wendy. Good to see each and every one of y'all this morning. Miss Donna, how are you doing today? Everybody's saying hello to each other. And yes, we do have the Facebook side going on as well. First, I want to go ahead and say good morning and welcome to each and every one of y'all. And before I bring my guest on, I have to say first, this gentleman I was his first interview that he's ever done on anyone's channel when he first started. It's been a little over a year, but he's grown so fast that he's almost hitting 10K in subs. And if you haven't seen this one before, you're missing out because I have watched him from the beginning, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed because he has a theme behind his screen name. When you get to know him, you also get to know his family and his kids. And so without further ado, give a warm and big welcome to my guest today, which is Mr. Dave himself, Tesla Picker. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
It's going.
Hey, it definitely is the morning, man. I'm a morning guy, but I never did it. I think, yeah, you was doing them at 9 o'clock back then, wasn't you? I guess so.
No,
yeah.
It was in the afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon, no wonder. Yeah, I never did one this early.
No, it usually was in the afternoons or on Saturdays.
Okay.
And it just so happened that when you came on, it just so happened that we were going back to New Orleans to sell one of our homes.
Okay.
And so that was my first thing. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. And I want to welcome everybody. Again, Jennifer's in the house. And Miss Iris. Hello, hello, hello. If you have any questions, if you don't know who this is, make sure you check out his channel. Jennifer already dropped the link in the channel, in the chat, and I do have it periodically. And it's also in the description bar below in the videos. So before we get started a little bit with anyone who wants to ask any questions, I want Dave to go ahead and give himself a little bit of an intro. And then we'll save a lot of it for questions that I have for everyone to hear of how you got started and all that good stuff. Go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, of course, you know, I'm Tesla Picker. Dave is what they call me. I'm a part-time reseller. I do, well, we all say we part-time, but we end up doing it full-time. But I do have a full-time job that I work between 40 and 50 hours a week. Kind of hectic. I got 3 boys and a wife and a house and all that good stuff, a dog. So I do this when I can. I wanted to start doing it as just a hobby, but it turned into my whole life. So, and I'm glad because I met a lot of good people along the way. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I started about a year ago. I started end of January, and then that's when I met him I met you around March. So yeah, I say about January is when I started. And yeah, man, so far so good. You know, I started a YouTube channel only because, as you know, my name is Tesla Picker, and I think a lot of y'all know, I was wanting to get a Tesla. You know, I was going to get one, and we really didn't need cars. It was just going to be something I want, not a need. So I told my wife, you know what, I'm going to use this eBay thing in order to stack up to get a Tesla. So it started off like that, and I could have gotten one, I guess, but I'm waiting for the Cybertruck to come out next year. So hopefully y'all will see a video of me in a Tesla truck next year.
One thing that's so funny too, the other day, one of your videos, y'all went shopping, but it wasn't your Tesla. It was like, wow, that was a good video.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, it's been a journey, man. Like I said, I met a lot of good people along the way, and I'm glad to be doing it. Yeah, Thrifty Junker, she's from Louisville as well. She's from my city, so.
Yeah, and also Yender said he knows you. This is gonna be good. He said he watches your videos all the time and has even purchased from you before.
Hey, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it.
And if y'all seen that, I do have my socks. These are the ones that I got from Tesla Picker.
Hey, those, I'm telling you, those right there, the colors that you have, those turned out great, man. I love the colors in those socks, man. They turned out. My
dad loves them. I got 2 pairs, one for him and one for myself, and he loved it.
Yeah, I think I still have. I think I still have that image saved in my computer because it's just such a cool image.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of socks, that's why I said that, because Wendy, Lucky Charms Wendy, wants to know what made you started doing graphic socks.
I started doing those back like in 2013, 2010, like a long time ago. I tell people this story all the time. Before you see, well, back then they was in like Foot Lockers and shoe stores and stuff like that, but they cost a lot of money. So I was like, and my son's one, I got 3 boys and they all play basketball and football. And I was like, you know what? I could do this. I'm not paying $30, $40 for these socks. I can do this. And I just looked up how to do it. And I just been doing them ever since. I don't really advertise it a lot. I do a lot locally, like basketball teams and football teams and things like that here. Because if I did, I'd be all over the place. eBay's already enough, you know. So I do some, you know, I advertise it to you guys sometimes, and then I do the local football and basketball teams and baseball teams around here in the city. So it's pretty neat. And I mean, actually, these are my 3 boys on my shirt right here, like a little shadow of them. But if you can see, but so
One of the top, you the youngest?
Yeah, I got an 8, 11, and 18-year-old. He graduates high school this year. So
right. Yeah. Thrifty Junker said she's still waiting to run into you in Louisville.
Yeah, hopefully. I haven't tell you the truth this weekend. Besides this weekend, I hadn't bought or purchased anything in 3 months. 3 months. That's how long. And you know what? I don't know if you know I purchased a big $8,000 haul of stuff, and that's lasted me for like over 3 months, and I still have. I was
wondering how long it was gonna last you. Yeah,
and I still got more. And the only reason why I go out because I want to kind of diversify. I'm getting tired of selling the same stuff over and over again.
Right.
So I went out this weekend. Went to like 3 yard sales. Got a little bit, not much though. So
yeah. She said she's in Indiana, but is always in Louisville.
Yeah, she's right across the bridge. That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Paul, the flipping sports guy. How are you doing this morning? So my next question, of course, for those who may not know who you are, it is James from the Mexico. Hello, James. That's a haul was huge. Yes, it was huge. Good morning, Nicoma Fines. How are you doing? Good to see you. Then we have Val Reseller. That's Mr. Paul. How are y'all doing today? Dave, driving in a state sale and listing. Wow, that's a good combination.
Yeah, that's nice. They say on a Monday too. Well, I wish we had those.
So my first question for you is for those who don't know much about you, and you did say it in your intro about why you picked the name Tesla Picker, but I noticed lately you've been doing, I mean, you had some up and downs when you first moved into your business building. Talk a little bit about that, and for those who may not know, that may not know your channel and have not watched your channel, how did you come across doing that and why?
Well, storage issue, you know, wife came to me and was like, hey, we live in your junk over here, you know? So I was going to get a storage unit, and my neighbor down the street, he does eBay, which I got him into it, and he absolutely just kills it. He was like, you know what, up the street, there's some offices that we might be able to rent for, you know, a pretty good price. So anyway, his father is an accountant. He already had office up there. So we got in and got a nice 3 room office. Was it 850 square feet? Only paying $600 a month. So me and him split it $300 a month, and all the utilities included. So I was like, you know what, this works out great. So I ended up moving into that like maybe 4 months after I got started. After I got started real good. I mean, I've been doing eBay since probably the early 2000s, just off and on with shoes. But I just started to kind of go into everything, I say, within the last year or so. And so we in there, and it worked out great, man. Me and him just share space. We got a little packing station, and we had some, as you said, we had some when we first moved in. The tenant up from us is a dentist, so he has a dentist office in there, and there was a leak, man, and it got on some stuff, and we was just ready to go after that. But they fixed it. We haven't had any problems since, and
that's good.
You know, it's but it was, you know, we had to throw some stuff away. You know, not me, not me, but he did, because it was on his side, my partner,
right.
And it was just kind of a bad situation, man, because we had you know, I think I recorded some of the stuff. They didn't want to fix the carpet. They didn't want to do this. They didn't want to do that at first, and they finally did it. So
yeah, that's one good thing about it. You definitely stayed on it, and definitely at that time, you were trying to get the devil off your back, and I guarantee you proceeded and you got it done.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah, James says you might remember him as when he used to be Cali Picker.
Oh, okay. He switched up the name.
Yeah, he's also now in Mexico.
Mm.
He's there permanently.
Mexico.
Yeah, that's where he's at now permanently. Well,
Nice.
for the next 6 months anyway.
Okay.
Wings of love, hello, 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 and good morning and welcome. Spanish classes early today. We'll get to learning your little Spanish lessons, James. Make sure you pass. So I know one of your videos you will watch. You actually started your neighbor thrifting with you, didn't you?
Yeah.
And how did that start? As far as when you had that back porch made on your house.
Well, right before that, I've been living here like 6 years, so me and him been pretty cool for a while. And he came over one day because I never really put out what I do. He knows my main job, but never my part-time. And he came over one day and seen all this stuff and was like, what's up? What's going on with all this stuff, man? You're hoarding now? You're a hoarder now? And I was like, nah, I mean, I sell on eBay, and that's what I did, and he kind of has that mindset too. Me and him are kind of like, so I knew once I said something to him, he was going to start. So I took him to your sale once, and we got these bin stores to where Amazon returns and chef pools and stuff like that. We start going in those, and we have one literally 2 minutes up the street. And he started going in there, and I kind of showed him the ropes on how to do it, maybe a week or so, and he was off to the races, man. And now he's really killing it, man. He works from home, so he has a lot more time to where he can actually do it, and he's doing his thing. So that's when we decided to get the office, and it's been working out good ever since.
So I'm sure your wife is pretty happy now. You must not have anything left in your garage anymore, right?
Well, that's no, that's the thing. It didn't really. I mean, it helped, but I mean, I don't know if you can tell me. I got stuff. It's my bar behind me. I got stuff on my bar, and every now and then she had to tell me, "I thought you got an office," and I have to, because even though you got the office, I don't like to. I like to be at home too with my kids, so I like to list and stuff like that at home. So I bring stuff home all the time, but it's all good. It ain't as bad as it was.
Hello, Jesse. Clear Thrift. Good morning. Hello and welcome. So one thing I have to ask, because a lot of people may not know you or may not follow you. So one of the things I want to say for sure is when I first started watching you, you were always with your kids, always did things with your children. And the best thing that I like about it too is that you have one of your children that's starting to follow in your footsteps. Tell her about a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, my oldest, he's been wanting to get into it, I say within the last year, because he sees what's going on, and he's going off to college. He's going to the University of Kentucky. He's going to UK next year, and he has a scholarship and everything like that. But my son, yeah, he's good. So he got a nice full ride, and he played sports in high school, and he's pretty good. But he didn't get he got an academic scholarship, not a sports scholarship. So he might walk on to UK, but he wants to start. He wants to basically start a YouTube channel as well. And he wants to go into it through a college perspective. He wants to actually thrift, like on the weekends and stuff while he's in college, in order to get his way through college, basically. So he's trying to do it on the college basis, basically saying, hey, you can thrift your way through college type thing. So I mean, it's gonna be pretty neat. I told him he leaves in a couple of months. I told him, and I think me and you had kind of talked about it briefly. He was telling me he should probably get his feet wet before he actually gets out there and try to do it, by himself. So
exactly. One good thing about it, though, they've been around you enough to know, because they do get on the videos with you and they help you. So with your youngest sons, I don't know if anybody saw the latest video you put out. Talk a little bit about that one that you did about the children, the kids.
Yeah, I mean, they always in my video, especially my youngest, my 8-year-old. He likes to see himself.
He's a ham on that camera.
Yeah, I might just be filming and he'll hear me and he'll run over downstairs just to make sure he's in the video, because they both my excuse me, my 8-year-old and my 11-year-old has a YouTube channel because they play sports and they put a lot of their highlights on there. But they watch stuff too, and they of course follow my channel. And whenever I put stuff on it, they like to see themselves. So they always make sure they jumping into videos when I'm doing something.
Right. I haven't watched that recent video. He showed them an older game because they're so used to playing on the different types of game devices, and that was the Atari, wasn't it? No,
it was the NES. It was the NES, the Nintendo,
yes.
the first Nintendo. Well, yeah, the first Nintendo. And I let them play it, and I videotaped them playing it, and he was jumping over stuff you weren't supposed to jump over, like the little, the stars, and he's like, I don't know, and it was real funny. I made a little minute of, yeah. So I try to incorporate them, and they like to be on camera, and and of course, this when you do eBay, man, it's like almost all day, all night. I mean, it's all the time. You're constantly thinking about it, and you're constantly doing it, and it takes up time, So if you can incorporate your family some type of way, that's great. So, you can actually do it and let them do it as well. And, if you go your selling, if you can bring them on along and stuff like that, I mean, it just, family's first always. And I don't want to get to that point where like, look, you spending too much time on this stuff, can we do something, so.
Exactly. Amy, hello, good morning and welcome. And one of the other things I have to say too, is, as I've been watching you from day one when you first started, one thing I do have to say is I know you have a full-time job, and I think that when you do more at night, don't you? You have the night shift on that job?
Yeah, I work second and I work a swing shift. So I work second, third, and some first shifts too, but more night shift. Yeah, correct.
Right.
More night
and
shift.
The best thing about it, you started at this as part-time, but it seems like you're doing it more full-time, even though you do have a full-time job.
Yeah.
The best thing that I like to say is I want you to maybe touch bases on not only with your business that you're doing with the daily work that you do, but also your eBay and your sourcing and things like that. Where how are you able to, and I noticed you've done this a couple of times already, where you even taken great trips with the family and still including that, which the last one I really enjoyed that you did when you not only did the way you were, but you also did the clips of sales here, like you were teleporting yourself back home. Talk a little bit about that video.
Yeah, I mean, because as you know, reselling, man, the videos are kind of almost the same. Either you're selling or you what sold or you doing something. And sometimes I'll be wanting to know the backstory to certain things, like, your fam. I know a lot of people don't like to put their family in videos, but, just a little backstory about yourself. So, I got a reseller channel, so I still want to put the reselling stuff in it. But, I do a lot of other things, I think last time I did one, I was in Mexico. Yeah, I was in Cancun. Yeah, I was in Cancun, and I was doing, excursions and stuff, but I was throwing in between little stuff. I was throwing what sold, while I was gone, and certain things and emails I was getting. I think at the time I had got a Vero, and I was talking about the Vero and stuff like that. So it's just something different, man. I do a lot of stuff. I run marathons, before COVID, the year before, I ran a marathon. I ran a mini marathon in the same year. I do mud races and stuff like that. And that takes up a lot of time too. So, if I want to get a video out a week or 2 videos out a week, I want to incorporate certain things that I do as well, as long with the reselling, because, a lot of people try to show you their wins, and it's hard to win when, it's not always wins, it's losses too. And I make sure I show those as well,
Right.
So.
Right. And also, for those who may not know, you actually have a very large collection of shoes. And when I say shoes, meaning those that are still new in the box, never been worn, but as a collection. Talk a little bit more about that collection.
Yeah, which I need to. I've been collecting shoes, and that's how I got started on eBay. I got shoes older. I say my oldest pair right now, because I sold a couple. It's 2001 is my oldest pair of shoes that's never been worn, and 2001 is my oldest pair. I don't know. It's just something I got into. I love basketball and Jordans and stuff like that. And I don't know. At first, I had a hookup back in the day where, I worked at a shoe store and I was getting them for 30% off. And then I went off to college, and I was still buying them and I was still getting discounts. So I was basically flipping them on eBay. Back then you can buy a pair of Jordan for 170, and sometimes it will go for $500 depending on, the model. It's kind of saturated now, so I don't do it as much no more, but I was making good money, and basically I could buy one pair, I could buy 2 pairs, sell 1 pair and get mine for free and a little bit extra. And that's what I was doing. I was buying 2 pair every time. I would sell 1, it would pay for my shoes, and I would make a little bit of money at the same time. So I've downsized a little bit. So I probably got about 110 pairs, something like that, of shoes. So
now, actually, isn't it true, from what I understand and remember, if I'm remembering correctly, you actually used to sell or used to work in a shoe store?
Yeah. Yep. I worked in Foot Locker, and I loved it, man. It's it's a job. You know how you work. Like right now, my job's okay. It's good. Okay, but Foot Locker is something. It's great when you do something you like to do. And get paid for it at the same time. But I can't live off a Foot Locker salary, so you got to go and do something that you don't like doing.
And again, if anybody has any questions for Dave, put them in the chat. Either you can put the word question in caps, or put your question in caps, or just put at Kajun Roots, and I'll see it when it comes up. Now, also, you have a large collection, which some people may not know, of Funko Pop. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. I buy the ones I like. I like the I'm trying to think how many I got. I don't know. I lost count after 60 or so. But yeah, I just got into. I like the certain characters they do and stuff like that. You know, as I have some, man, that they put them in a vault. Meaning, if they put it in the vault, they don't make them anymore.
Right.
And you know, I got a couple $200 Foco Pops back there. You know, I got a couple $100. I mean, just like they resell shoes and resell everything else, baseball cores, those Funko Pops can get up there in price too. Of course, I'm sure you know. I mean, you see them at your sales every now and then, and every now and then you get a gem. So yeah, this I got a whole wall. They kind of go right up my wall in my office, and you know, you can see them when you walk in. And my kids got some in their room. They like the Captain Marvel ones and stuff. So they got a lot of Captain Marvel ones in their room. And yeah, I got too many collections. My wife tells me that I get into something, and when I get into something, I go all the way. And I need right now, and I'm good. I don't like anything right now. I got systems too. I got the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the Atari. I got about maybe 8 or 9, no, maybe about 10 different, you know, systems sitting up there that I collect. So just too
all right,
much.
we have a question for you. Have you ever used the sneakers certifications through eBay when you have to send it in?
No, and I did a video about that too, man, because you know, they got the people who authorize it, or authenticity. Yeah. What I tell people too, man, there's no school for people to go to be authenticated. I can't even say it right. So the people that they got doing it, which I know who it is people over at SneakerCon. They just regular guys like me and you. And you know, somebody can send a fake, and it can be a real good fake, and they might pass it. There's no way of knowing, you know. So you know, I feel sometimes, because I got a couple of pair of shoes. I got a pair of shoes right now that's going for like $2,700 that I can sell, which I want to get rid of because I want that money. But I don't want to sell it through eBay because I can send it into them. You know, they can give it to some guy who might not be having a good day, and it's fake, or or vice versa. Somebody can send in a fake, and they say it's real. Then I get that shoe, and I'm just it's hard to trust that. You know, it's good that they doing it. Don't get me wrong, because you know there's a lot of fakes out there, but there's some loopholes through that too. You know.
All right, Thrifty Junker has a question. What is the best day to go to the Amazon bins in your opinion? Would you suggest going on a day where it's cheaper and not as crowded first?
Hey, I had two things. At first, I would say the first day, because that's where the good stuff is. But really, I came to realize, like, we got one, and on Saturday it's $5. Everything in the store is $5 a piece. Sunday the same. And then Monday it goes down $3, Tuesday $2, and so on, $1.25. The sweet spot for me is like on the Tuesday day, which is $2 and $3. I feel like you can get a lot more bang for your buck. You know, I mean, you can buy, if it's $2 items and $3 items, you might be able to sell for 25. You know, on $5 day, you might see the same items and might be able to get 25 or 30. So I think for me, I go on Mondays and Tuesdays. Like today would be a good day for me to go over there, but I got too much junk, so I'm not going up there. So, but not the first dollar day. The first day is a lot of people there. Everybody's fighting. You know, they trying to, run you over, and people, the lines is, you got to get there 2 hours early if you want to get in. I mean, it's just too much going on.
Now, another thing I want to ask you too, when you're doing there's another place you go to, isn't there, where you go to, and I know you do the bins, but there's some other place you go to, and I cannot remember the name of it, that's in your area.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's I buy stuff off Habit. So there's a local auction house, and before COVID, or since COVID, they was doing in person, but now they do everything online. So you got to buy, bid for it online, then you go there and get it. So a lot of times when I do videos, you might see me go there. It's already bought because I bought it online. Then I just go and pick it up. And Habit, I'm telling you, the local, if you have a local auction house and they doing it on Habit, those are the best ones. The ones that don't have no shipping, it's just people locally bidding on. Those are the best ones, because when you get to the ones, the shipping, that means all of the United States is bidding on this stuff, and it's gonna go up, 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 up. But if you got a couple local houses that's on there, man, that's when I find the best stuff, because
I love it when you go to the one with that old man and he messes with you and you mess with him, and y'all have a good laugh. That's funny.
Yeah,
Talk
that's
a little
him.
bit to Hello Man.
That's him, man. And sometimes he gets on. I remember one time I bid on something and I called him. I was like, man, I can't pick it up today. And so the next time I came, he got on me like, hey, man, you know. But he just be kind of joking around with me. He know I'm good for it, you know. So
Hello, Victoria. She's on the Facebook side. Hello, good morning, and welcome. So
hey,
yeah,
Victoria.
that's pretty funny. I love the way you handle him sometimes.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
seems like he has a good time with you every time you go in there.
yeah, because he, you know, it took a lot from him. He was doing it in person, and he wasn't an internet guy. And when COVID hit, he didn't know, you know, if his business was gonna last. He didn't know what to do. And you know, finally he decided he got with somebody, and they showed him how to bid. And he thinks even though COVID's, you know, it ain't ending, but even though things is opening back up, he thinks he still might stick with the internet way. He says it's a whole lot easier for him, you know. People
Which
just
is
come
good
and
for
pick
him
stuff
too,
up.
because y'all got some good deals over there.
Yeah, definitely, man. I've
It's
got some
cool.
great,
It's
great
several
gems.
times during the COVID when everything was closed. Yeah. Now, isn't there another place you go to? Now, I may be wrong. You were going to somewhere where it was like $5. I think it was you and or every tornado to go to these places. It's something $5 all the time, or some kind of.
It's called oh my God.
I forgot
Give
the
me
name of
five.
it.
Give me
That's
five is
it.
the one
That's it.
that I go
Yeah.
to. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it starts off at 5. I think that's what she was talking about earlier. It starts off at 5 and then it goes all the way down. And I used to go on $5 day, and the line, I had to get there about an hour and a half before. And it just started to be I got a lot of V rolls in there, you know, because it's a lot of Amazon returns. And people that get V rolls, like I think who's that? I think Hurry Tornado got hit once with one.
Yeah, he
He was
did.
shopping there, and then Dante, Prison Prophet, he got hit.
Yeah,
he got hit a couple of different times.
yeah.
And some of the same stuff that I got, he got hit with. And it's like, you know, they go into all these different bin stores, the same stuff, and he got hit with. So I kind of calmed down, because you just never know what you know, if Amazon is sending it out, then it might be something that you can't sell. You just never know.
Right. And so Dina, the Thrifty Joker, has a question. Can you care to share the auction house name that you go to?
The one I go to is Thrifty hit me up. I can't think of it.
Hello and good morning, Paul. He's on the Facebook side. Hello, good morning and welcome.
Duncan's Auctions is what it's called. Thrifty Junker. It's on Habitat.
There you go.
Duncan's, DUNCAN''S.
You got him cracking up sometimes when you go in there and you start talking back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a character, man. Yeah, him, and he's been doing it for years. I'm talking about, I think 40 years or so he's been doing this, man, and he just loves doing it. So
right.
I thought about taking some of my stuff over there to sell too. He tells me to bring stuff over there to sell on his site if I want to, you know.
Right.
So I might.
Well, that's good.
That, yeah.
Good morning, Picky Nikki. Hello, and good morning and welcome. All right. So if y'all don't know who this is Dave, the Tesla Picker, and if you haven't checked out his channel before, you may want to check it out. He's almost at 10K already. Actually,
yeah,
I was. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I've been stuck in those. I haven't been making a lot of videos like I usually do, man. I used to do like 2 or 3 a week, and then I'm down to like 1. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because all the stuff I bought, when I bought that $7,500 or $7,000 haul of all that stuff, man, I'm talking about. I probably almost tripled that as far as sales on that, and it seems like I haven't even scratched the surface on selling that stuff. You know, it's like I bought a storage unit. I got my office and a storage unit because I had so much I didn't want to fill my office up. And I'm just slowly but surely, you know, just selling this stuff off. And all I've been doing really is what sold, because back in the day when I first started, man, I used to just buy. And that's why everything was stocked up, you know. I mean, buy. And then I'm getting to the point where I want to list stuff first before I buy. You know, if I got it, why am I out buying some other stuff that and I got like some $60 or $50 items over there I can list, you know? It's like, why, you know?
Paul says, made the comment, it's called the Crazy Cas Boys. That name sounds familiar.
Is that is that, I guess that's a bin store that's called Crazy Cash Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he gets his best stuff on $2 days. And yeah, me too, man. I mean, it's like, you know, because some stuff, you know, on $5 days, people's gonna buy stuff that they're willing to buy for $5, but they'll leave the stuff until like the $1 and $2 days. And I'm there first thing in the morning, sometimes on 2. I might go tomorrow. You see, now I got the itch now. I got the itch. I might go tomorrow.
Yeah, the last time I had Dave on in my actual live as a guest, I was actually the first one he ever did a live guest on when he first started, and so it was really nice to be able to get him back on here for y'all.
Yeah, I was nervous,
Eric,
man.
hello, good morning, and welcome. So if there's anything that you would want to give as advice, because I know you've done a little bit of everything. I know you work nights, and then you work this as part-time, and you have your family. You do a lot with your kids and your family. What would be the one or top few things you would suggest for those who are, there's a few new people here that are thinking of or just starting out? What would you give them as far as the best advice when they are starting out like that with a family?
Well, as far as reselling, comp everything you buy, you know. It's a lot of resellers that you watch their videos and you see them just pick up stuff, and you think comp everything you buy, because if you don't, that stuff's just gonna be sitting over there, man. It don't take nothing to pick up a phone. I know sometimes at your sales you probably don't want to do that, but just comp everything you buy. I mean, it's easy if it's selling, you know, and then that, you know. And as far as family, man, make time for them, you know. If you can, what I try to do, I work and then I have a set amount of hours, then I'm going to do this. Sometimes I might not list nothing for a couple of days, you know. I do it part-time, so I'm not worried about getting 20, you know, listing 20, I listen this and this and that. I'm just kind of do it as I go. If my kids say they want to go outside and jump on a trampoline, I'm gonna go outside and jump on a trampoline, you know. They grow so fast, man. And I know how it is, you know, coming up as a young kid, and you know, family's everything to me, you know. And my wife, she wants to have nothing to do with eBay, thrifting. She don't know anything about it. She don't even watch my videos, I don't think. I tell her, she said she gets the notifications, but she don't she don't watch. She's a subscriber, but so she wants to do nothing with thrifting or anything like that. So but she knows she takes care of the kids, and like we're going to the reseller rally. She's going to the reseller rally with me next week. So I am going to be doing that. But we take trips. Like we just got back from Mexico. We're going to Mexico. We take my kid to Mexico in June for I'm taking him up there for graduating high school. So, you know, just live life. You know, don't take it so seriously. You know,
your wife has made some videos already, and when you were doing some videos, she's in a few of them, wasn't she?
Yeah, she might pick her head in there. I might say hey to her. That's about it. You know, no more than 3 seconds she's in there.
I think the one I really enjoyed was when you bought something and you were actually showing it on the kitchen counter, and she said, "Oh no, that's mine." She kept it.
Yes. Oh my God, man! I got it from Hotbed. It was what is the fruit processor? What's the good one? Somebody I know in the chat.
KitchenAid.
KitchenAid mixer, man. I got a chrome one that you got to get customized.
I remember that one.
Yeah, there's not a chrome one out there. You got to get if you want a chrome, you got to get a customized chrome. And I got one on the auction for a great price, man. And you know, they going for $400, $500, $600, you know, if I wanted to sell them. And she was like, "Nah, we're not selling this. We're gonna put this on here in the kitchen." And you know what? I got that maybe 7 or 8 months ago. It's not been used.
Oh wow.
It's been sitting there looking pretty on the counter. Oh yeah, it looks great. It looks great sitting on the counter, you know, but you know.
Paul has a question for you. Are you going to the Wonderfest show in Louisville this weekend? It is a model and toy show. No, I think you said you were going to aren't you going for the meetup?
Yeah, that's next weekend. That's the June. This weekend, I think.
Oh, so this weekend. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of that one. I
haven't either.
I have to look that up. That'd be good. Something for my sons to go to. They love stuff like that.
Wonderfest in Louisville. I never heard of that. That's the first. Now you said you were going to the meetup. That's the one that Peter and Lonnie and them all put together, right? Well, you're going to meet Thrifty Junk because they're going to be there too.
Oh yeah,
I got to meet you.
I definitely check them out. Yeah, Cincinnati. John hit me up, and
John,
we definitely gonna go up there. So, John. I mean, we're not that far. We're about an hour and some change away from each other, me and John. So,
cool.
I've met up with him a couple times actually, and and my family lives in Cincinnati, so I told him
that's awesome.
Be there. Yeah,
Nikki says that she agrees that the kids when they grow up too fast. One of the things I did enjoy was your video where you got on the trampoline with them and to see who jumped the highest.
I'm still sore, and that was like 2 months ago.
I'm telling you, I would have never done it, but you did, so that was pretty cool. Yes, we'll have to get to meet up in the rally. Yep. My wife divorced me over you.
Hey, it seems like that sometimes, man. I'm telling you, you gotta pick your battles, man.
I mean, she was also cheating, but okay.
Oh, so that's going somewhere else.
Dave, is there reseller rally in your area?
It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky, and they're about an hour and some change away from each other.
Wow.
So it's in Kentucky, but it's just across the bridge from Cincinnati.
Right.
So
you can tell everybody a little bit about how you started your socks, your designs and socks and things like that with your sock. Business.
It's kind of crazy because I'm not an artist at all, man. I can't draw. I can't do anything. I just know how to put stuff together. I know how to crop. I know how to make stuff, but I can't actually physically draw. But with the computer, you can do anything,
Right.
So that's why I do a lot of collages and stuff like that people like, a lot of faces, stuff like that. But like I was saying earlier, my boy, he wanted some socks and they cost too much. And I was like, I can do this. This is easy. So I bought a press. I bought a printer, bought ink. Found out where I can get some nice, good quality socks and stuff like that. And off to the races. When I first started doing it, I was killing. That was all I was doing. I wasn't doing no eBay at all. So I was killing. And it was back before like Stent Socks. That's what I tell people all the time. When Stent Socks, I did this before Stent Socks, which Stent Socks is a very popular sock line. And I said, if I would have marketed this right, I could have been Stent Socks. But I did it, and I've been doing it ever since. It's matter of fact, I made a pair this morning that I sell a lot on Etsy. I do a lot of my handmade stuff, and I put that on Etsy because back before you can sell a lot of stuff that you can sell on Etsy, it used to just be handmade stuff only. And I just made a killing doing it on Etsy.
I'm going to go back to this comment because I didn't realize I said the wrong name. It's Nikki Love Snack. Not Nikki that said the comment about the kids. They grew up too fast. Thank you for correcting me. I just sometimes say something and it's like, I'm looking at something else. I don't know why I said it, but I'm sorry. I just want to go back and correct that because I don't want nothing. That's just the way I am. But thank you for pointing that out to me. My hubby has a hard time issues with business. And again, when he's talking about the socks, I know I've mentioned this a couple of times, but when I talk about these socks, I'm going to pull one of these off here. I had purchased a pair last year, actually 2 pairs, one for myself and one for my father. And this is the type of socks that he makes and he designs. You basically reach out to him, and these are the ones that he did for me where I did even set for my dad for Father's Day. And then it's a wrap around the complete sock. And you basically send the designs into him, and he'll work the design with what you want. And that's just one of his other side things that he does with his business. And it is on Etsy. Are you on eBay or is it just Etsy? Which is sock.
I got a website. It's called KuluSocks.com. That's usually what I did. Yeah, but you can just Instagram me too. It's no problem. I think that's which I don't know. I think you ordered and then you just sent me the pictures. But he just sent me a bunch of pictures and I just put them all together like a collage and it turned out great. Like I was telling him, I love the colors of his logo and stuff like that. It turned out great.
I was just surprised. I didn't think you were going to do it because I sent you the picture and said you can use whatever you want, and you turn around, you want to use them all. Like, wow, that was awesome. My dad loves them. I'm
glad he likes them.
How can we get some of your socks? I want to get okay. So if you would put your link in the chat for them to check out. I know we don't want to bombard you with too many orders, but why not? You're here. We're advertising for you, so
I appreciate it. It usually takes. I tell people I usually send them out within 2 to 3 days. I mean,
pretty quick.
I just gotta crop and do all that crazy stuff, and then making them is not that bad. It's just designing them.
Right. Let's see. Nakoma Fine says, Dave, you ever source in the Appalachian region, Big Stone Gap and Appalachia? Okay.
No, I haven't. I haven't at all. I'm trying to think. Only places I really sourced that really is here in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Ohio, kind of around my area. I've never went anywhere really to source. Sometimes when I go on vacation, I go to the Goodwills, but I don't, I guess that's a form of sourcing, but not really any type of yard sales or anything like that.
Dave, socks are a work of art. I would feel guilty wearing them. That's why mine are hanging behind my wall right here. I don't want to wear them, but my dad loves them and he wears them. So yeah,
that's good. And they don't fade too. They last pretty long. That's what I like about them as well.
Paul has a question. The Flipping Sports Guy. The socks are pretty cool, but let's not forget the fire hoodie.
Oh yeah, I made a hoodie, man. I made a hoodie, which I made it kind of late because I think right after I made the hoodie, spring hit. Well, if there was a spring in Kentucky, there was no spring. There was like winter and then 90 degrees all of a sudden. But I made a hoodie, but I didn't really have like my I didn't have like it wasn't a hoodie with just a logo and a name on it. I kind of tried to make it like a what do you call a casual type wear hoodie to where like if you had it on, they wouldn't know it was from me. You know, it was like it'd just be like, and I made like a color blocking type hoodie. It turned out pretty good, man. And it was just something that I was playing with, and maybe in the winter I was gonna make some t-shirts like that, but I don't know. It's something different, you know.
Now, also, Thrifty Junker has a question. Have you ever been to the Goodwill bins in Clarksville?
No, I've never been to the bins, and a lot of people talking about that. Have you ever been to a bins, Kajun?
I've been there one time, and it was when I first. Well, actually, let me correct that. There was one that I didn't realize was called the bins, but it was more of an open thrift store kind of thing where I didn't know it was called the bins because there was not a lot of people there, and I really didn't go in it because I basically didn't. You know how when you go to somewhere you don't feel right,
right?
And I was visiting my in-laws, and they wanted to go in with Robert and I, so I went on ahead and went with them. I was in the car instead of sitting in the car. I just went on ahead and went in. When I walked in, there was something about that smell in that building. I just couldn't take it. So I basically stayed outside. So I would have to say my first bins experience was here, and it was in New Hampshire. And I could not understand the line to the door, almost like a wedding procession, waiting for everybody to come out of the wedding hall. And when they do come out with these bins, everybody just flocks like birds to it. And it's like, oh, I can't handle this. I would basically stay around the sides of it. For me, the only thing I did get a few things out of there, but I did go more to like glass cases where they had a lot of stuff in. Other than that, I just can't take that. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I've never been either, and I've seen videos of people going and hear people like you said, like when stuff comes out, they let's go.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I mean, you know, that one's a little far. It's about 30 minutes away from me, the bins in Clarksville.
I don't know. I mean, I understand people do get find good things there, but for me, the part of them just jumping onto the bins when they come out, it's just not me. I'm not one. I want to elbow room. Get away from me. How long you gonna be selling camels for?
Hey, Philly, he's talking about that cigarette haul that I got.
Yeah.
I think listen, I'm gonna tell you how crazy it is, and I'm gonna have a video coming out probably tomorrow. I went yard selling for the first time in 3 or 4 months, and the first yard sale I get to, I found 8 camel brand new shirts, man. Like I got a bunch of shirts, and I didn't even want to buy them. I was like, dude, I got so much of this stuff, and it's selling. Don't get me wrong, I'm actually making pretty good money off of it.
Right.
I was like, man, I'm selling all this stuff. How the first yard sale I go to, I find I'm talking about 8 brand new camel shirts, and it's actually different ones. I don't have these, and I was like, maybe it's just meant for me to sell cigarette merch, man. I got cigarette. I mean, I got so much stuff, man. You know, and
but when you bought that lot, the funny part about it was you were still new in the box.
Yeah,
and it was just all kind of good things. It was like really old advertising things that you would get either from in the mail buying or points or whatever. It was just amazing when you bought that lot.
I got like 400 and something shirts, man, in the box, new in the box. And then in shorts, I got about, 100 and something pairs of shorts. And I done went through a lot of them, though. I've been through doing pretty. I'm gonna tell you, it ain't eBay, though. It's Facebook Marketplace is where I've been killing. I probably got about, 250 sales on Facebook Marketplace. And it's all the camel merch stuff. People love it on there.
Yeah, I saw your picture you put, I want to say it was on Instagram, of the Cool's mug.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into
cigarette
details.
with the cigarette as well. Yeah, we can just talk about the cigarette.
So if you haven't checked out his channel, you're missing out. Again, he does a lot of great content, always including the family and the kids in it. So definitely check out his channel. Here's his information. Again, he does have. Did you put the link for your Etsy store for the socks?
Yeah, I just put the web.
If you're looking at any kind of merch, do you have a website for your merch or anything like that for anybody to check it out?
I put it in the chat.
Now, also, haven't you started? Because I know you at the beginning were doing certain face mask coverings. How's that going for you?
Yeah, I stopped doing. I mean, I had those, then I stopped doing it, and I don't know. I don't know. You know how when I first put that, I made a video, I think, of that, and
you sure did.
A couple of people had something crazy to say about it. It was back in the beginning of COVID, though. Maybe the middle of COVID, and a couple people had something crazy to say. Oh, you can't profit off the COVID, and you're doing blah 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 blah. I'm like, but don't people need these things? I'm only charging like $5. I think I was charging like $6.99 or something.
Right.
And just have my logo on the side. So I stopped making those. But like and plus, like the basketball team need them, so I made our own basketball team stuff like that. So I wasn't really tripping, but I don't do the face mask no more. I think it might still be on the website, but I don't really do the face mask no more. It's kind of crazy, people. I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't know if you get it, but there's some crazy people out here as far as like trolls on YouTube. I'm gonna tell you. I don't know if you've seen the video, man. Well, I hit a deer. Our deer hit me on my way to work a couple of months ago, and Kentucky is bad. The deers hop out everywhere, and I kind of put a little bit in there because it kind of messed up my car, and I put it on. I called the people. They came and got it. Stuff like that, but. I know a lot of people in the video was like, "Oh, you should be ashamed for hitting that deer. You should be doing this. Oh, you should be ashamed. Like I did it on purpose, And sometimes you can't fight. You can't win. You can't win no matter what you do.
No.
So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I remember the video where you were even showing us the hair still inside the car where you hit it at. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and I leave them in there too. It's still, a couple of them are still in there. I just let the.
Yeah, I remember a couple of videos later you said, "Yep, the hair's still there," and you pointed it out.
Yeah.
Let's see here. People are taking opportunities to complain. And you're so right. Yeah, and it's so true.
Agree.
And no matter what you try to do, again, you're always gonna have somebody who disagrees with you. But for me, I look at it this way: as long as we can disagree to agree, or agree to disagree, and we're still friends at the end, it doesn't matter to me.
Right. And a lot of times I pin those crazy comments at the top, let everybody see them.
Yeah.
I pin them to the top, like, hey, thanks a lot, or something. So.
Let's see here. People here, and then Jennifer says, "I really can't help when a deer jumps in." Yeah, and that's another thing. If you have ever experienced that, like for me, one day, this is when I was going back and forth from the Navy in Jacksonville, Florida, to visit my family, and one day I went visit them, and of course for the weekend, and I come back home to where I was at in Florida, and one morning I wake up to get ready to go out of my car and get ready to go to work, and I have this bat that spread it out on the front of my fender. It's like I never thought I hit it. I didn't hit anything. But yeah, it was still like just shoved into the front of my car. So you just never know when something you're going to hit, and it's not because you did it on purpose. So it happened.
Right. I mean,
you said there's not to hit you. Yeah, you're right about that one. Let's see. 3 spots on my car where I hit a deer, pulled the hair out. Lucky they weren't killed. You just never know. They have signs all over the place. Like, what you call elks and deers and bears and all kinds of stuff. You just never know. So yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes. Hello, Mr. Skip Underpants. How are you doing this morning? Good to see you.
Yeah, I got a Tahoe, and I was going about 60, so there was no way that deer was going to survive.
Right.
That. Yeah.
Bambi ran over learning how to walk. Aw.
My wife
feel uncomfortable telling others how to live. Yeah, and that's a lot. It happens on my friends last year. Yeah, it's just something you can't avoid sometimes. It just happens. So again, don't forget to put your links in the chat so that everybody can check to make sure they're subscribed to you. Periodically, you will see that I do put his link, Dave's link, in the chat. In case if you've never checked out his channel, he covers a lot. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Here's his link.
So have you missed any days? I know you said Monday through Friday, right?
Monday through Friday, every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, yeah.
Have you missed any days since, when's the last time you missed a day during the week, I guess I should ask?
Actually, the only thing I've ever canceled was on the morning after I had gotten my shot.
Oh, okay.
But I still did the morning show. I just didn't do, had my co-host at the time do the show.
Right.
Other than that was the only one because when it hit me, it hit me.
Ah, okay. Yeah. After the first, the second one.
The second one. This one I got the second.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've never missed a day. I have over 660 lives that I've done already.
Ooh-wee.
And over 81 pre-recorded. I've only been doing this a year and 6 months. This month. Today makes a year and 6 months today.
That's great, man. Straight consistency right there.
And then, of course, I have canceled auctions because either my co-host or guest couldn't make it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So other than that, I've only had to cancel the morning show once, and it was only because of the second shot. Good morning, Louis. How are you doing this morning? Hello and welcome. And if you have any questions for Dave, go ahead and put them in the chat. People avoid the chat. People are always killing every year, trying to avoid a deer.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes get out from not being safe, and they wind up dying in car wrecks and things like that. So yeah,
they say just hit them because, like you said, people swerve and they cars flip over and stuff like that. So you better off. I know it's kind of you just a knack just to want to avoid them, but I didn't even see this, and luckily I didn't see it at all, and it just boom, and I was like, what the heck?
Right.
I didn't even know, and I don't know. I don't want to talk about the details.
Good morning, Steve-O. How are you doing? Thrifting Treasures from South Carolina. Everybody's putting their links in. There's Dawn and Mary from Two Hip Chicks. Hello, good morning, and welcome. Yes, don't forget tonight at 5 p.m. is bingo every Monday night at 5. It's free to play. You win prizes. Nice. Yeah, that's another thing I've been doing. And then I do the Hollow Dollar Money in Motion. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with the Cha-Ching-a-thon that Dom does?
Well,
he does one once a month. It's called the Cha-Ching-a-thon.
Okay, yes, I am familiar with that. I take it back.
And so I did something similar to that. Everybody wanted me to do something similar to that. So we basically came up with a name. It's called the Hollow Dollar Money in Motion Challenge. We are already in round 4, believe it or not. And we just started in March. So that was pretty cool. Aaron Proctor, hello, and welcome. Please check the subs. There's his channel link. Don't forget to put your links in the chat. Also, tell everybody a little bit about, how long has it been that you've been in your new building?
I moved in there. Actually, it's coming up on a year. Like my year lease will be up, I say in June, July, I believe. It'll be up, my year lease. And it's crazy because right after I found them, I found like a couple other spots that would have been great, man, to move in, But this one right here is nice because it has security. Like you need a badge to get in, we go up a floor, of course. It's just laid. It's nice, When we had that mishap at first, I was like, "Oh God, I hope it's not gonna be one of them." But they fixed the problem. We ain't had no problem since. It's probably just one of those freaks. Even though the lady when we went up there, she said, "This has happened before." And when she said it, I was like, "Come on, man, really?" So I'm gonna have to deal with this all the time. Am I gonna have to put a torp over all my stuff just to make sure, But it's been great ever since. So I'm coming up on my year, and we was talking like if we wanted to stay there or go somewhere else because we have found a couple other places, but. It's about 3 minutes away from the house. It's close, and I think we're just gonna rock with it.
I remember when you first started, and it was amazing how you built that little area up and designed everything the way you were.
Yeah.
Now, talk a little bit about, in case if somebody hasn't done this before or maybe come across it when sourcing. There was a video you did, and again, I still see your videos where you're still selling these. Mm-hmm. These military got into it for those who may be interested or may have saw them about the military badges that you purchased.
Oh, yes. I got a bunch of those, man. When I bought them on my Facebook Marketplace. Somebody had listed them, and I was just strolling through, and I was looking, and he had just listed them. I was going somewhere. I didn't really get to do a lot of research. I did write him, and he said, "Hey, I got somebody that's looking for him, but if you're interested and you want to get them, you got to get them today." It's one of those, which he could have been blowing smoke. You know how people always say something like that. And I'm like, whatever, So I said, come and get him now. So I didn't really do any research. As I was going up there, I did a little bit, and I seen a couple of them go for some money. He wanted, I think I ended up getting them for $450, but I think he wanted at first like $1,000 for all of them. I've sold, man. He said he thinks it's about 700. He was just doing a ballpark, but I ended up counting, and it was 1,205 of them. And I've sold, I'm just going to tell you, I've sold a bunch, okay? But 4 of those, I made my money back on, and I had 1,205. I sold 4 of them for over $100 a piece. A lot of them for $90 a piece, $80, all the way down to, some of them $10 a piece. But I still got about probably 800 patches left, something like that. And I also sold a lot. I sold a lot of them too for I think like $350. So I probably got about that money, about 700 patches left, something like that.
Yeah.
And that money just keeps coming, man. Every now and then I sell one, and I haven't even listed. I don't know. I have like 600, 700 left that I have to list.
And that's the reason why I wanted you to bring that up, because a lot of people may not realize that those type of things do sell. Mm-hmm. Granted, it may be something that because you had to do a lot of research on those.
Exactly, man. And I'm gonna tell you, sometimes I'm wrong, and people, and of course, coming from the military, a lot of people will tell you too. They write you like, "Hey, you got this wrong. It's this," which I appreciate. you know, because you know, the ranks and the, you know, the navies and the World War IIs and, you know, the Korean. I mean, it's a lot of stuff, you know, if the head's facing this way. I mean, it's all kinds of crazy stuff that I didn't know, you know. And people, they nice about it, like, hey, you know, I just want to let you know this is wrong. This was back then. This is for this, is for that, you know. And I'm appreciative, but it's a lot of research, like you said, and I'm still doing a lot because it's one that I got back here that I probably show you off screen because it's kind of crazy and I don't know what it is, and I don't know if it's a gem or not. So
right,
it's a
one thing I did enjoy about it when you did start that particular video with the patches that you purchased. One of the things is I'm over here saying, okay, I think that's this and this is this, and I'm seeing comments in the chat, and it's amazing. Again, some people will help you in a good way. Because if I want to make sure that you know what it is you have. And that's what's great about this community. Sometimes on the Facebook page, so to say, there's a lot of groups that when you go to purchase something, you're not sure what it is, and you post it on some of these groups. And it's amazing on how many people will reach out to you and tell you what they know, if they know exactly what it is. Then that gets you to start looking in that direction when you're trying to research stuff.
Right. That's what's good about YouTube. Like when I show it, a lot of people in the chat, they know, you know, if, hey, this is that, is this, and that's what's great about YouTube, man. Because you know, it's just like when you do your videos. I pass up all kinds of stuff all the time. People are like, hey, you should have got that. It was this, and you be like, oh my God, really? That was worth that much? And I pass it straight up. But you know, you live and right now, I'm real choosy on what I'm getting because I have so much stuff. So I go out and just look for the gems and. Of course, I always pass a lot of gems up.
One thing about that too is when we're watching videos on our side, and I don't know if everybody does this, but I know I do. When I'm watching certain videos and I see something that they're passing by, it's like, no, pick that up, check it out. It's like they really can hear me, you know?
I do the same thing.
I realize this sometimes when I'm outsourcing. It's like I'm filming and then I go back and watch. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I've missed that. How did I miss that? Yeah. So that's one thing about recording it, because then you can even go back and realize, oh, did I really feel that left behind?
Right. It's crazy. Your eyes didn't see that at the time, like, but you see it. I guess you're looking at everything when you're recording, but your eyes kind of like zoom in. I guess have tunnel vision. You kind of just, you know,
yeah.
I don't know what it is, and then you go back and you watch the film. You're like, why didn't I even just pick that up? Look at it. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
Right. So again, I know you've been doing this for a little while now. What was the best fine pickup that you've ever had to flip that maybe somebody would have not ever thought of picking up when sourcing?
Let me think. Oh my God, let's see. I just sold. It was a pump. It's probably boring, but it was a sump pump that I picked up. You know, anybody really picking up sump pumps? It was new, but it was old. It was like I don't know, early model. You know, they came out with 3 or 4 models since then, and they were just sitting over there at the yard sale, and I picked it up, and I didn't do any comps on it though. I just knew it was still in a box, and dude told me, he's like, yeah, it was old. He says they come out with like 4 or 5 models since then, so it might not be worth nothing. You know, he said you can have it for $5 though. I was like, all right, I'll take a chance on it. You know, and I take chances all the time on stuff like that. Right. And anyway, I just sold it the other day for $350. You know, I've sold stuff for higher, but I say that one because a lot of times when I sell stuff for higher, I do comps and I already know that it's going to sell high. But I got this home and it just shocked me that it went for that much. And then it was an older one too. And there was none left listed on eBay at all. It was just all the new ones. So I was like, man, this is probably just going to sit there. And they end up selling, you know, for $350, you know, and it was just a surprise sale, you know. And I came up with that price, like $350. I'm just going to throw it on there. When you sell stuff like that, sometimes I say, oh man, I should put $550 on it. But you know, it's sold, and you know, they got it, and I guess they're happy with it. So,
Roy but I've sold. Bionic man's eyes help those in Bionic man's eyes help in those instances. Yeah, you're right about that. You gotta.
I agree, man. I agree. And I take I'm telling you, my 8-year-old, I take him to some yard sales with me sometimes, and I tell him I'm looking for stuff that sells for good. And sometimes he goes off and during the yard sale does his own thing, and he brings me stuff sometimes. And I'd be like. He's like, you think this is worth anything? And sometimes I'd be like, oh man, I didn't see that, because he'd be getting in the crevices and crawls and stuff. He'd be right, you know, he kind of does his thing and
on some good stuff for you too.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know, let me look that up. And he got the little phone, a little iPad, and it has LTE, so he can talk to it. And sometimes he takes that, and he got the eBay app on there, and he knows how to push the talk to it and say, hey. and it brings up listings. And sometimes I say, look this up for me. And he does it, you know. It's kind of crazy.
Right.
He does it. It's no shame in his game at your sales. He don't care.
That's one thing I have to say. If y'all haven't watched his videos, the one thing I enjoy about it is how your children are involved with you when you go sourcing as well. And it's like they want to get involved with it. So that's what I like about it too. Dana has a question. Do you ever pick up free stuff from FBMT?
Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. Nah, I know they have a free section. I've never did that before. Now, some people, I put stuff on there. Like I had some, which I regret now. I put some wood on there about a year ago, and somebody came and picked it up. Now wood is like 3 or 4 times the amount. So, but I've put a lot of stuff on there for people to come and pick up. But I've never really, you know, I mean, I guess that would be something good to do. You know, look on there every day just to see if it's something on there that you probably can flip.
Right.
But I've never did that.
Tigers, Timeless, and Treasures. Hello, good morning, and welcome.
Hey,
all right, so it's getting to that time where it's out after the first hour, and I'll go ahead and put the link in the chat. If anybody wants to come and have a conversation with myself and Mr. Dave, here is the link. You're more than welcome to come in. Here we go. Pin that up. So also, go ahead. You get ready to say something. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I have I'm gonna tell you what I said yesterday, but I have stuff. I probably can go the rest of the. No, I ain't gonna say the rest of the year. The rest of the summer probably, and not go somewhere. You know, I have a lot of the same stuff. Like I got all those patches, and that's a good thing. You know, if you can find a haul to where it's like something like that, to where you know easy list, like those patches that take up a little bit of corner in there, but it's like 700 listings right there. You know,
right.
And if you can find something like, and an easy ship, everything's first class under 4 ounces. You know, so easy ship. And if you can find stuff like that where you can, which is, you're not going to find it all the time, but if you want to do a lot of research, and find stuff you can, because I still look for patches every now and then, and I do pretty good finding them. But those, some vintage patches, not just military, but, you know, fishing, all different types of brand, they do very good, and it takes nothing to ship them out. So go ahead. Now just say, I tell, you know, newcomers, if they can find stuff like that, easy ship stuff, because, you know, shipping's, when you first start out, it's going to take a while, you know, to get used to. So I tell people that all the time.
And it's true too, because when we we all start out at the bottom. But the best thing is to try to find something that's easy to ship, get to learn the system when you get into these bigger items. Are you ever afraid, or do you ever buy large bulk items or large items to flip over to make profit?
Oh man, I used to be scared of that. I just now recently started to get into stuff like that. Like I've been having I got a bunch of 10 signs and a bunch of I don't know if you can tell, I got one on the wall. I got a bunch of neon old vintage lights, you know, the one, I don't think you
yes.
But I got a bunch of lights and stuff like that, new unboxing. They already unboxed, so it's not that bad, but I used to stay away from it. But there's a lot of profit to be made, you know, in doing that stuff. You might have to do a lot of Franken boxes, cutting boxes, and making them go around a certain ways, and bubble wrap. But if the profit's worth it, do it. I tell people all the time, because a lot of people are scared of it. That, you know, and you might not, you know, if a lot of people are scared of it, you might not find that many on eBay. And if yours is on there, they're gonna buy yours, because it's not a lot to take from.
So. Right. No, I've seen a couple of resellers who are not afraid to buy large items, and they pack them to where they'll even show you how they pack them. Yeah. I know I watched Danica, Thrifty Junker, and it's amazing. The Duncan Data Girl. Yeah, Danica. She wrapped up this weird looking, I want to say it was either deer head or some kind of big piece. And it was amazing how she wrapped it. And she was so nervous. And that one video made me look at, okay, it doesn't matter what you have as long as you take care of it and wrap it the way you want it.
Right. Just fit it around.
You got to take care of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Nurse Fripper shipped the wheelchair out. Yeah. And she packed it all crazy, you know, and it got there, you know. So
yeah, even Kat, the Nurse Flipper. It's amazing what stuff she ships. Good morning, Perfecting Pearls. How are you doing? We have another question here. Let's see. Patches are great, but effective and efficient. Yep. Yeah. What is your favorite thing to source and sell?
I just say small stuff. I guess won't be specific, because of course, you know, video games is always good, and but you know, I look for, when I'm looking for stuff, I think about the shipping as well. You know, oh, I got boxes for those. I like this, you know. So I don't really have a favorite, as long as it's making money. You know, I guess whatever I'm comfortable with. I'm comfortable, with video games, and the more I get in and the longer I get in it, and the more I watch videos, you guys' videos and stuff like that, I start to see other things as well. So I guess I don't have a favorite thing. I guess when I go on Habit and I actually look for stuff, I look for vintage T-shirts. I love to source those, and video games and patches. That's kind of my thing right now, because easy ships. But I do have a whole cooler over here that I got listed. I got a couple coolers. I got some lights that are pretty big, and I got a couple things. I got a whole big old skateboard, which I shipped a skateboard, 2 skateboards before. I'm talking about the long boards, maybe 3 feet long. That when they sell, when you sell something, you be like, oh my god, sold for a lot of money, but I got to ship this thing.
I got to ship it, yeah.
So I got a couple things.
Like when you bought it, but now you're thinking about it because you got to ship it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's one of the things I always try to mention too. If you're sourcing, always make sure, because a lot of times that does hurt someone when you go to buy it and somebody buys it from you, and then you got to figure out how to pack it. So one of the things I do when I'm sourcing, I always think of, do I have that box? Will I have a box that fits it?
Right.
Or will I just put it in my antique booth? Because that's one of the things I do is when I buy bigger things.
That's
so
great.
You always got to make sure in your mind to have that type of box ready in case and when it does sell, because you just never know when it's going to sell. So you got to be prepared for that as well.
Right. I agree. I think about that all the time. Can I ship it? Can I ship it? I mean, I can ship it, but like, how am I going to ship it? If I have a box, or do I have to go get one or two? So.
Let's see. So nice to listen to the morning show without eating the eggplants, donuts, and peaches jokes, and no winos or crackheads. Yes, indeed.
That's always good. No crackheads, right?
Let's see. Oh my God, I just packed up a large, some kind of, what is that? A Tanola vase?
Tanola vase, I guess.
Tanola vase.
I'm not familiar. Yeah,
but it was an antique mall. Nobody bought it. No, I'm stuck with the huge piece. I believe it or not, sometimes that's the only thing bad about antique booths. Some things do sit there a little longer. It just takes that right person to come along and buy it.
Yeah.
I had this huge ginger jar that I got for free. And I was just surprised. It took about 2 months to sell, but when it sold, I was happy because that sucker was big. I got a lot of money for it. That's all I got to say. So sometimes you have to let it sit there. I always have big boxes, box holder. And that's one of the things too. You sometimes have to keep some of those bigger boxes that you get. Okay,
I do too. Because my wife shops on Amazon. We got a different box every day, so I had to start throwing them away. We got some, not throwing. Well, they in the garage stacked up, taking up too much room. So every now and then, I go through a box throwaway.
I have to go through a stack right now that I've been unboxing and unpacking a lot of boxes. And then once a week, I'll take and break them down for the ones that I know I won't ever be able to use. Because for me, anything that's a bigger piece, it goes in my antique booth.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have to worry about packaging. So I try to keep all my goods down to a certain size that'll fit what I already have.
Right.
So I do have once a week go through and take down the boxes that I put in my recycle bin. That way it can be recycled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So if anybody has any questions, don't forget to put them in the chat. Ask and we will get them answered for you. I will keep the Amazon boxes. Yesterday she
got a package that came from the perfect for a DVD come over.
Out.
Yeah. It's great when you find that box. You go to your little box thing and you find one that fit just perfect. And that's the best thing ever. That's like the biggest thing for me when I find a box that I don't really own, because I have my boxes that I buy. I have my select boxes that I buy all the time, but brand new ones. But when you got the ones that are just over in a corner somewhere and you just looking for something to fit like those big things like that, it's always great, man. You don't gotta do a lot of cutting and using a lot of bubble wrap. I mean, you gotta use some, but not void
exactly.
Stuff. Yeah.
I know that this past weekend I had a sale that came through and it was an odd shape bobblehead Red Sox, a bobblehead figure. And I just kept this box just for that reason, because it was an odd shape. And it just so happened that I was going to break it down. And I said, no, let me wait another week. I better not break it down now because I'm needing it.
Right.
And sure enough, it sold this weekend and I had to use it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So thank God I didn't break it down. Good morning, Polly. Hello, and welcome. It was a one-time thing. I didn't care. She bought. And yeah, you just never know when you need that right size box. Sometimes I'll store kind of things in a box all ready to go. Yeah, if you have the room, it's good to do, but sometimes it's just, okay, do I get rid of it or do I keep it? Always need small boxes. I'm always always run out of bubble wrap. Oh Lord, I'm still to this day using the same bubble wrap I got when we moved here, all the paper fillers, the wrap things that the moving company used, and all the bubble wrap they used. I'm still going through all that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so
a
glad
lot.
I had kept that. I cannot throw boxes away, save my life. And it's just everybody's different. But yeah, I just only throw away the larger boxes that I get. And another thing I do, if a box has been to where when I receive a box and it's really to the point where I know I cannot use it because the box has been used so many times that the strength of the box is just not there no more, yes, I will throw those out. I refuse to reuse those boxes.
Yeah, and I got a bunch of stuff that and that's the thing. I guess it's how I source too. A lot of stuff that I buy, I can put in this bubble mailers and stuff. So you know, I like those patches. They go straight in the bubble mailer. I send them straight out. You know, a lot of T-shirts, the ones that don't have boxes, they go in bubble mailers and stuff like that. So, you know, I got a variety. I ship actually right now more in bubble mailers than anything, and it's always a plus where you can just open it, put it in there, close it, and be done with it. You know, so.
Paulie says, I cannot believe that Kajun Reseller, it took me 20 minutes to open your bubble wrapped jewelry.
That's great.
I have to say this, though. When I package, especially when it comes to jewelry, I have to make sure there's the sun. He just popped in. Good morning. When I'm packaging things, I send it out the way I would like it to be mailed to me because I don't want no damage whatsoever. So I'm sorry it took you 20 minutes, but I'm glad to know you got it, and I guarantee you it's how I shipped it to you. You get it in the condition I showed you.
Yeah, I pray. What I sent out something not too long ago. I think it might have been that pump because it's kind of bulky, and I prayed on that one getting there and just hoping this. You know, when I seen delivered, I don't want to see no email from that person after I deliver. Unless it's, you know, because every time I get email after I deliver something, before I open, I'd be like, oh God, what is this? You know, I don't even want to open this right now.
Right. Polly says it was well worth it and much appreciated. You're welcome, Polly. And that's one thing you will always know with my packaging. I package my items the way I would like them coming to me.
Yeah.
And I'd rather you have it in piece and all in the same piece that I sent it, the way I sent it, much of having to deal with anything broken. Off to the thrift store. I will be listening from my phone to see y'all at bingo. Have a great day. Well, good to see you, Pammy. We'll see you later. Don't forget that all my lives are at 5 p.m. Eastern today instead of 3 p.m.
Changing it up.
Yeah, she's was doing it at 3 o'clock Eastern. And again, you have to do it sometimes. You do have to pivot your channel sometimes.
Yeah, and I agree. You're right about that, man. You got YouTube's one of those things that's constantly changing. You got to kind of figure out, like, you got to kind of shift with it, you know, if you can.
Yeah. And I know she sent me a message. Pammy has perfecting pearls. That's Julia.
Okay.
The thing about her is that she was worried about going over someone else's time slot.
Yeah.
That's one thing about YouTube. You can't be worried about that. And again, I always say, you do what you have to do. And a lot of people come back to me with this comment I always make. I said, you do you, boo.
Right.
Do it the way you have to. Because, again, you can't rely on hurting somebody's feelings because, again, YouTube
so many people out here.
Owns it. Right. So
yeah, and then if you're just talking about the reseller, if you're just talking about the reseller aspect of it, there's so many people doing it. And I remember I went live. I haven't been live many. I may have been live maybe 4 or 5 times on my channel, but I used to say that, like, well, he, you know, I think he's going live around that time, but somebody's always live, and you know, everybody want to do it at the same time, either the evening or, you know, so you just got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it and be done with it. So I can understand that though.
And that's understandable because some people will take it for granted and get upset about it, but there's nothing you can do about it, you know?
Yeah.
One, she's doing an auction, I'm doing a bingo.
Mm-hmm.
They come, they're going to be there. And once you get the time slot down pat and you're consistent, everybody's going to still come to your channel, no matter what.
Right. I agree.
Why am I getting a phone call from Illinois? All right, let me take this real quick because I think it has something to do.
Yeah. Go ahead and take it. I guess I'm the host right now. Read some of these comments. I appreciate y'all having me on. Let's see what we got going on. Only ones I never go against: Nurse Flipper, enjoyed by being. Other ones, minimal watches. Yeah, you know the Nurse Flipper's gonna be on, I think, Tuesdays, and then Joy's gonna be on, I think, tonight at 9. So some of the ones that you know that's gonna be on, like you said, consistently, they've been doing it for the last 6 months or so, like that. You know what they do, and you watch their channel. So, but the other people who just do it here and there, you just can't, you know, you can't compete with that.
Exactly. So yeah, the one thing about it too, when you decide, even if you pick a different date or different time here and there, You just have to pick out what works for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why one thing I always and then one thing I guess everybody always reaches out to me because I do that too. If I decide if I was going to pivot something somewhere, I always reach out to whoever's around the time frame I'm looking for, and I watch their channels to see what they're doing. So you have to sometimes just take that leap and do what you got to do for yourself.
Right. Right.
And again, you just have to do what you got to do. Only
Yeah.
ever again the nurse flipper and Joey Bada Bing. Oh, wait. Only once I've ever gone against the nurse flipper. Yeah, you're right. And again, they do something different, and I try not to do that no matter where. If anything, if I have something in mind I want to do, always check and see who's around that time frame.
Yeah, definitely.
Jeff,
Yes,
the
sir.
eBay addict. Hello, good morning, and welcome.
What up, Jeff? Yeah, I mean, like you said.
Hello.
Oh,
Good
Regina.
morning. Yeah, I've seen her in the
Everybody
text.
waking up.
Yep. Dave's in charge. Yep.
Everybody.
Dave, what are your plans for today?
On Mondays, I'm actually off today. I can't believe it. I'll never say that. My schedule, I work 7 days in a row. I'm off 2. 7, 2, 7 off 2, 7 off 5. That's my schedule. And right now I'm off 5 right now. So I don't go back to Thursday. So right now it's just me and my boy. He over here making a fort with a bunch of boxes right now. But
I was wondering what he was building.
but there you go right there. Say what's up.
All right, say good morning. Hello. I know you love the camera. How you doing?
He said, what's up, man?
Good morning.
Yeah, I know, because I got the headphones on. He can't hear you.
Well, I'm right here now.
Okay. But what I do usually do on Mondays is I got a couple things I got to pack and ship. Right now, you know, it's getting warmer outside. I got to cut the grass today. One of the kids decided to come and touch the mailbox, so I got to fix my mailbox. But I just do regular stuff, man. You know, pack, ship, just like everybody else, and I might do a little listing later on. So on my days off, I just kind of go with it. I kind of freestyle. I don't have any plans. I might go if I pass up the bin store. Sometimes I just jump in there and just to walk through to see if I see any gems, you know. But that's about it. You know, I don't. You know, it's I don't have a special routine. I guess everybody's kind of doing the same thing on Mondays, either packing or shipping, getting their weekend sales out and stuff like that. So.
Right. Now, I know for a while you were doing, I know like when you get off of work, you would be going to these different places because you would always find these little gem things that you would buy a whole bunch of because I guess it was like a dollar bins or something you were going to.
Yeah.
What was that? Are you still doing that?
On Wednesdays. Yeah, I always, whenever there was dollar day on Wednesdays, I always go because everything was a dollar. And, you know, I usually don't do dollar days no more because when you first start out, you know, you want to, you know, if I had a thing, if I could sell it for $10, you know, I'm good. But now that I got so much stuff, I kind of, you know, raise the bar, you know, I don't want to buy anything that I can, you know, that sells under $20 or $25 just to kind of, you know, make myself not buy as much, you know, because I have a bunch of the little $10 and $15 things. So, you know, now if I source, I want to, you know, I won't get as much, but, you know, if I do find a $30 profit item or $40 profit item, it'd be worth getting. So yeah, I don't do the dollar things no more. Usually if I go on dollar day, it'd be the $10, $15 sale item. So if I go, it's either Mondays like today, which is the $3 items, and you can still find those good items. And even when I go to your sales, I passed up a lot of things because, you know, I still have a little death pal, and I'm trying to list more than I buy basically right now.
Right. I know for a while you had been, I know you every now and then do a change in what you're looking for when you're purchasing or sourcing. Where's that threshold now that you're doing? I know you've changed a couple of times already. So what is like the biggest profit that you try to find things now instead of buying all the little dollar ones that you have your goal set on now?
Yes, 25. Like if I can sell something for 25, you know, if I can make $15 to $20 on the profit, let's say, then it's good. It's a good thing for me. That's where I'm at now. But you know, sometimes I let those go because I have so much right now. You know, so it just depends.
Thrifty Junkatina has a question: which bin stores do you go to? I know of a couple in Louisville.
Yeah, there's one called Gimme 5, and it's off Breckenridge Lane if you're familiar with that. And then there's one on Dixie Highway. Same company just opening, and I don't know if that's called Gimme 5 because I haven't been to that one. But those are ones I go to. And I live like literally 2 minutes away from that. So
now I know for a while you were doing videos where I don't remember if it was actually the Goodwill bins or it was the Give Me 5 where had the little containers that were separated and you only can get one bin at a time with one person. Is that still happening? And where's that? What is that one?
Yes, that was the Gimme 5. And since COVID, they did that, which is good that they did, because at first, man, it was like when you went to that men's store and everybody crowding them, it was like a crazy. Like, I remember my guy up the street, he was lifting stuff off and somebody was in the same bin and there was a pair of Beats headphones in there. And he grabbed it and somebody else grabbed it at the same time and snatched it out of his hand. You know, it was like one of those type things. Yeah. And I was like, man, I'm not trying to fight for these stuff. You know, I mean, it's so, I mean, then when COVID happened, they want people to be close together. So they just want one person per bin. And I think they're going to continue to do that because it's still like that right now. And it just makes stuff so much better. Ain't nobody fighting and stuff like that. Yeah. And they only let so many, like they got 100 bins, 75 bins in there. So they only let 75 people in, you know, at one time. So it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. But, you know, I haven't been in a while. Like I said, I haven't been sourcing. I was out sourcing yesterday and I forgot how to source. Matter of fact, I broke my GoPro and I had to go out yesterday and buy me another one.
Which one's that one? The 8 or the 9?
This is the 9. I broke. I had the 7 before this, and it just stopped cutting on. I don't know. So I had to go, and when I was recording, I watched it back. I realized I was recording in the wrong settings, and I'm just new. I feel like a newbie again.
Gate City Picker, hello, good to see you. Long time no see. 100 on me. Been busting during the day. Watch your show. Well, thank you so much. It's good to see you back. Also, do me a favor. Everybody check to make sure you're subscribed. At the bottom of the screen, if it's still red, that means you're not subscribed. Right. I am 52 away from 1K.
Gotta get
help me out. Make sure you check it out.
I just shared it on my channel.
Gotta get Pennsylvania, Miss Mel. Hello. Yes, I understand y'all been busy. And if y'all haven't checked out Adam Hartman Made Adam, make sure you put your link in the chat. He just recently did another video. He's been doing a lot of little small videos. If y'all haven't checked him out, definitely check out his channel. Give him some love and support. Where did I see this? Where did it go? Busy. Yeah, I understand that. We all been busy. Which is good, though. That's a good thing. Good morning to you too, Nitty Pie, Trinkets, and Doodads. Hello, good morning and welcome. Go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to say all the YouTube, you know, people who do content on YouTube, man, YouTube's like, if you do eBay, that's one thing. But if you do YouTube too, people don't know, man. This takes up a lot of time, especially if you're editing videos, you're doing lives, you got to prepare for that. I mean, it's a lot that goes into that. So that's why I give him props on doing one dang near every day.
Thank
you.
The
last, year. You say you got like 600 and something under your belt lives or something. That's crazy.
Lives are over 680 lives.
Ooh,
and I have over 81 pre-recorded.
See, and
today makes 1 year and 6 months today.
That's crazy. It's not even that many days. You got more videos than days.
And my watch hours are over 19,000 watch hours.
That's crazy right there.
But that goes back to what I always say. You got to be consistent. You know, even with I do the auctions every Wednesday. I do the bingo every Monday. Hump Day, a Holla Dollar Money Emotion on Tuesdays. And now I finally broke down and not do anything on Thursday and Friday evening. So I just strictly have the morning. And every other Saturday, I have the Royal Auction.
Yeah, and I agree. Like I could tell you, like I was telling you earlier, I used to do 2 to 3 videos a day, and I only do one. And you can tell, like when you're not as consistent, you can see the drop off. You know, consistency is everything on YouTube. If you're not, feeding, your audience with what they, used to, you can definitely see the drop off.
And that's another thing I tell everybody too. Even though you have videos from years ago, you got to remember that your hours are cut to 365 days.
Right.
So whatever you had on that 366, that's dropping off on the 365 day.
Right.
That's why it's important to be consistent so you don't lose your watch hours. Now, from what I understand, which I didn't know this until a guest of ours last week was saying that even though you are monetized, once you are monetized, it doesn't matter anymore. But I've heard somebody else who was having problems getting remonetized or having to get remonetized because he had went under his 4,000 watch hours. So
yeah, I think once, even when you monetize, I think you still got to hit that 4,000 every year. Once he
the 365-day count.
Yeah.
I never went into making YouTube videos, but just finding content. I am just editing. And you film an hour, but yet you have 10 minutes to actually get it right. Exactly. Yeah.
That's how it works, man. You record, and then, You cut it all down, and it takes forever to do. You know, it's kind of crazy.
If y'all haven't seen Dina's video of her new fur baby, that baby is so cute. She's got a new dog, her fur child.
Yeah, factories in YouTube is a hard job. I agree. You know,
YouTube content dropping. And that's another thing too. I've always noticed. Native Pie Trinkets and Doodads. Hello. Don't forget to put your links in the chat. They do a live channel every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. YouTube is a hard job, and it is. But for me, I don't look at eBay and or YouTube as a job because it's always an adventure. You never know what's going to happen each day.
Right.
But you got to take it with a grain of salt sometimes because you're going to have people who give you thumbs downs. Don't look at it as a negative thing because, again, it happens.
Yeah.
I was watching somebody yesterday who's really high in subs, really great content, and still got thumbs down. So you just never know.
Yeah, and some people just hate just because, you know, they see you doing something good. You know, you got a nice little core audience, you know, and I'm gonna tell you, I did a live. When I did my last live, I scheduled it. I did everything right. Usually I don't schedule them. I just pop in. But I scheduled it. It was set up nice. And before I even got started, I had 10 dislikes.
And it's gonna happen.
I was like, what's going on, man? What's up with these dislikes? But I laugh at them. In the beginning, if you do content, it might make you feel some type of way about it because you're like, I mean, what's going on? But I wouldn't. You got to think. I mean, YouTube just like the regular world. It's always gonna be people who's against you. So just keep doing what you do and don't worry about it.
Paul has a good thing here. It says the thumbs downs are just a rite of passage.
Right.
For me, I look at it this way. It's a good thing anyway, even though it's a thumbs down, because you just never are going to make everyone happy about no matter what your content is or whatever your topic is or whoever your guests are. But the thing about it is, even with that thumbs down or thumbs up, it doesn't matter because guess what? It's still activity on your live or your videos.
Right.
It's in a journey. It's an everyday thing you have to get used to and don't let it get to you. And I know it's hard to say and do it, but again, it does happen. I haven't got a thumbs down yet, and it's coming. You're gonna do it. And once you get a thumbs down, you made it.
Knock on wood too.
Yeah, you haven't made it until someone's made you mad. Yeah, exactly. The kids are usually the ones who hit the thumbs down for me. Oh,
I think it is. You know, like reselling content is a whole different ballgame. So if somebody gets it that's not into reselling, they just happen to stumble upon your video or something like that, and you know, see what you're doing. And like, you know, and a lot of people think you taken from the poor if you Goodwill shop. You know, it's a lot of stuff like that. So you know, you just never know what people are thinking.
Exactly. Swamp Picker Glenn from Louisiana. Hello, and welcome. Good to see you this morning and every day. I caught my daughter doing me that way. Oh, no. That's not cool. Secret of Wanderlust Reselling. Hello and welcome. Good to see you. That's a new one here. Thank you for coming. All right. So everyone who's in the chat, I always give out wrenches because, again, I want to make sure you can drop your links in. And, again, keep everything positive in the chat. I feel that sometimes the thumbs down can be a positive thing. And to me, it is. Because that means that they took the time, not only if they watched your video or they didn't watch it or whatever the case may be, as long as they do that and it thumbs down or thumbs up, it's still part of being activity on your YouTube. Right.
Activity, and you probably got extra view if they watched it. Yeah.
That means they took the time to do something and they might have disagreed with you or whatever, you know? So, yeah. Don't forget to put your links in the chat. I do have the link set up at the top if you want to come in and have a conversation with us. Always remember to keep it positive. You're more than welcome to come on and drop your links.
And I'm gonna tell you too, I mean, doing YouTube and eBay and all that, sometimes you gotta find, like when I first started doing YouTube and eBay, I used to edit all my videos like on the computer. I had to be sitting down here to do everything. I didn't do you breaking the whole thing, Devin. My fault, I'm talking to my son. What are you doing? I didn't have time to do anything. Sitting here, I was editing videos. I was actually using eBay on, I had the app, but I listed everything online. I mean, with my laptop. But I switched everything over to mobile. I started listing on my phone. I started editing on my phone, and I could, all my boys play basketball. I don't think, like I had one boy in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is about 2 hours away from me this week.
They doesn't play basketball.
Yeah. He had a championship game, which they won yesterday, and my other son won somewhere. And I'm getting pulled every direction. So when I'm sitting in practice, I can be editing the YouTube video. You got to kind of use you got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, how do you have the time? You got this, that. You just got to kind of figure out what you can do to make it work, and A lot of people say they don't have the time, but believe me, if I could do it, you can do it, because I'm getting pulled. I'm never at home.
Exactly. Well, that's one thing too. You do spend, even though you have your night job that you work on the second and third shift of a lot of times, and then you're doing your eBay, you're doing sourcing. There's a lot of times that you are doing a lot with your kids, and that's the best thing about it.
Right. Exactly. I agree. But yeah, this I agree. You guys got to make it work. So.
The secrets of Wanderlust. Go ahead and put your link in the chat. I did put your gave you a wrench so you can drop your link, so others that we can check out your channel and subscribe to you. Oh, this chat just flew on me.
Thanks a lot, Stephanie Burnett.
I had a watch on YouTube that dedicated me to becoming. He disagreed with, and we're gonna have it. Just like I have a stalker that comes in on my channel every Monday, like clockwork. Even though she changes her name, we know who she is. You know, so yeah. I am a company with the sales of coffee and health and wellness. $20 each. Cool. Person give 100. Oh, cool. All right. Hello, Stephanie, and welcome. So, how long have you been on YouTube? How long have you been on YouTube? And I subscribed to you right now.
I appreciate it, Stephanie. I started YouTube January 22nd last year, so a little over a year. Oh, about a year and let me see, February, March, April, May, June. I don't know, a year and 4 months. I've been on YouTube.
I know you. You must have got it. I'm trying to remember, how did it work? Somebody must have shouted you out, or you on somebody's channel when you blew up. What happened?
Yeah, actually, it's crazy. Lonnie.
I thought so. Yeah,
it's crazy. I didn't know when I started YouTube. I don't know how everybody else started, but I didn't know that anything about the reseller content. Man, I just started. You know, I knew a little about YouTube because I used to post videos, do a shoe review. You know, I was in the shoe, so I showed the shoe, show the color, and so I posted videos. So I knew how to edit and do all that stuff, and I knew YouTube. But when I started reselling, I was like, you know what? I'm doing this all the time. I might as well do a YouTube on it. And when I started getting on YouTube to figure stuff out, I started finding people. You know, I found, of course, I knew Craigslist a long time ago, just because, but he has a different approach on things. But then I found Lonnie, and then Cincinnati Picker and all them. And I never comment on nobody's video, but that time he was talking about something, Teslas or something, and I'm a Tesla fanatic, and he is too. I talk to him all the time. We in a bunch of fantasy baseball, fantasy football, so I talk to him a lot. And I don't know, being that my name was Tesla Picker, if he decided, you know, to look at my channel, you know, because my name's Tesla Picker. He likes Tesla, and he said, "What's this Tesla Picker guy?" And I guess he clicked on it, and I guess he liked the video, so he showed like maybe a 15-20 second clip on his channel of, you know, hey, this guy, you know, he does good content. He just basically give me props on my videos, and man, you know, it kind of took off after that. You know, it's crazy, man. But I tell people, I had some videos out though, and I tell people when they get that shout out, it's good to make sure your channel is set in stone. You have everything together. You have a nice little catalog set up, because if I would have just had one video, I don't know if it would have took off like that. But I had, like, my first video is pretty much telling you, hey, I'm gonna make videos because I'm trying to get a Tesla and this, that, and the other. And then I had my story going all the way, you know. So I was probably 15, 20, 25 videos in when he said that. And I went from 40 subscribers to you know, and it just kept going. Yeah, it just kept going. So
I remember that little clip too. Just like with Joey Bada Bing. He actually came on with Harry Tornado one morning. He was driving the mail truck delivering mail.
No, that's watching
that. Came in at one of those quick morning things, and he blew up like crazy.
Yeah,
but yeah, that happens, and I remember that video too.
Yes, so I mean, that's what I tell people. I mean, you just never know, you know. And I got pretty cool with them. I'm pretty cool with them to this day. You know, him and John and Matt.
Yeah, just up to you two is secret. So thank you for putting your link in the chat. And I love supporting a lot of the channels, and that's one of the things I love doing on the morning show. Is we always try to shout out channels that are even at a certain milestone.
Yeah.
And then every day we try to plug at least one or two channels that are even getting close to it. So also I want to say, if Passports and Pizza Pies K, if you're in the chat, don't forget to drop your link, because she's been at 700. We got her at 700 last week, and then it was like up and down, and we got her back again. I think it was Friday. She was still at 700. So if you haven't checked out Passports and Pizza Pies, definitely check her out. And get her back over that 700 mark.
I agree with that, and I try to too. And I watch all kinds of. I mean, I'm at work at night, so a lot of times I watch all kinds of content. Sometimes I go to YouTube. You know, of course, I got the people I follow, which is pretty much everybody, and I just put eBay or reseller or thrifting and just to find new people, you know, because a lot of people for some reason, and I don't get this, think that just because you got a lot of subscribers or you have little subscribers that you don't know what the heck you're doing. That's not the case at all, man. You know, I've learned a lot from the people who just started. You know, they probably been eBaying for a while. They just decided to do YouTube, you know, and because me, I mean, I'm learning every day, you know, and YouTube is more for me, it's more on entertainment, you know, a lot of people's education, but I like the education as well. But I love somebody who's like I was telling you earlier, you know, if you showing a little bit of extra, like you know what you're doing here, or you know, you're gonna, I'm playing golf today, you know, maybe a little bit of that, or you know, your day, show me what you do during the day, you know, so I know, you know, how you keep up with eBay and YouTube, all it, you know, I mean, because I don't know, it's just me. I do it more I go in on YouTube to be entertained, not, you know, unless I need to learn how to fix my dryer or my car or something. Of course I look up stuff like that. But you know, it
just like when you were doing the backyard with your neighbor doing that back patio on your the porch against the back of your house.
Yeah, I bet the whole deck.
Pretty cool because you watched the process, even though you were still talking about eBay and things that you do,
right?
We're still showing that you were building something also on the side. So yeah,
right. Because you do stuff, you know, you do stuff. I mean, I don't know if anybody who's own way of pricing people out there just do eBay 24/7, nothing else. But not me, man. I got a nice little chunk, and then I go off and do my thing, and I just want to kind of show y'all what I do on the side sometimes.
Paul says, "Don't go watch his channel; you'll fall asleep at work." Jeff wants to know, eBay Addict, are you going to the reseller rally in Cincinnati?
Yeah, man, I'll be there. I'm probably coming up. Well, I'll probably come up there Thursday or Friday. I know a lot of people's gonna be there before, and I'll probably go hang out with John for a little while, and then go back home. Like I said, I'm only an hour and some change away, so I'll definitely be there Saturday though. Actually, we having a. I'm just saying we having a big old.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, now I was gonna say we having my neighborhood is having a neighborhood yard sale on that same day, June the 5th. And I want to be here for that, you know. So I think I'm gonna do that and then go up there.
Oh, there you go. Dina says she's not gonna lie. When you stopped there, she was all excited.
Oh, that's great, especially being local, man. I love that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people in your area too.
Yeah, Kayla, the homeschooler picker. Kayla, the homeschooling picker. She's from Kentucky, and there's a lot of people, you know, from the area, Kentucky or Cincinnati. We kind of all close together. So, yeah.
Tigers, Thomas, and Treasure says, I thought Tesla had something to do with the car.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my dream car.
And tell them again why you picked that name.
Yeah, the Cybertruck. That's what I want. But it was a wing. It was like I'm telling you, I'm doing YouTube videos. Okay, I was going to get a Tesla. Me and my wife is gonna get one, but it was a want. We got cars, both of them are paid off. Really don't need a car. I mean, cars are fine. We actually got 3 now because I done bought my wife one since then. She got that new 21 Blazer, but that's another story. And so now we do have a car payment, but we didn't need one. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna get a Tesla, you know. And she's like, okay, well, whatever. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna use my eBay profits or money and try to thrift to buy a Tesla. So when it was time to come up with a YouTube name, I said, you know what, Tesla Picker. You know, I guess, you know, everybody's using this picker thing, and let me do Tesla Picker. And it just came up just like that. So I just been thrifting ever since. But I put a down payment on the Cybertruck, so I'm waiting for the Cybertruck to come out in 2022. So that's gonna be a big video. I might pay somebody to film me doing that.
And the funny thing about it was, I know when you got your wife that vehicle, he kept saying in the title, "This is not my Tesla," but
yeah, I said, "Call me Blazer Picker," because now you know, instead of me getting a car, she got one. So
right. Thrifty Duncan says, "Dave, you will get mad at me if you see all my free stuff I get in Louisville."
See what I'm saying?
So jealous of everyone going. We're not gonna. We thought we were gonna go. We may come back when we come back from Illinois. We may take a round down there to come through, so we may be there on that weekend of the Saturday. But we're not sure yet.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Lewis Moore, hello. I just subbed to you this weekend.
What up, Lewis?
That channel came up in one of my requested. Might want to be interested in viewing, and I did. So welcome and thank you for coming.
Definitely check out Lewis' channel, man. He makes a lot of content, of course, about reselling and stuff like that.
Right.
But he has content too, to where he just talks about everything, which I love, man. You know, and he's kind of blunt. You know, other people come up there and they kind of tell it like it is. So if you like stuff like that, definitely check out his channel. Well,
Lewis, I just gave you a wrench because I know who you are as far as me just checking out your channel this weekend. So don't forget to drop your link in the chat. That's one thing we do here is I'm very open into promoting all channels. I'll look at it this way. If I can promote a channel a day and somebody gets their goal of their milestone they're trying for, then that's what I try to do each and every day. So yeah, definitely put your link in the chat, and everybody can check out your channel and subscribe to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, Johnny. You're going to come through on Friday, at least for dinner. So many will be there. I know that's what we're trying, because we're leaving from our lake house on Friday after my morning show on the 4th, and we'll be driving. So we may be taking that other route coming so we can stop by there Friday night. Yeah. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
That sounds great. Say everybody's going to have to wear name tags, because I'm sure people are going to be walking up to me and I'm going to be like, I don't know. I'm bad with names. Who are you again? You know how it is when you see somebody. Of course,
exactly.
You know,
yeah. So Louis, don't forget to put your link in the chat. You are sub, so that way you can put your link in the chat. Everybody said they're subbing to you, so that's awesome. Also, Nancy just put her link in the chat. If y'all haven't checked out her channel, I just finally checked out last Friday. I'm trying to stay up late some nights to catch different channels that are live, and usually I'm in bed by 8 o'clock. You need to stay up later than that to watch other channels. It's a little hard.
Yeah, especially having you go live so early. You need your sleep.
Well, I usually am up at 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock at the latest. Yeah, and it's no alarm. It's just automatic. So yeah, I am bad with names. I'm still learning some of the newer names that are coming in. So definitely, it's kind of hard sometimes. Let's see. Don't forget, Lewis, to put your link in the chat for your channel so everybody can check it out. There's my first video coming soon. Awesome. I know we've been waiting to, and that's another one. Some people say yet. I haven't did any videos yet. That's the best thing, is to have an audience before you even do your first live, and then they can go and check it out.
Yes, definitely. I agree. I mean, who was that who had like 400 subscribers before he even made his first video? I think it was Leroy. Just because he was in the live, you know, interacting and stuff, you know. So when he first made his video, he already had Leroy Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Yeah. It's not tears, because I keep saying that. It's blood, sweat, sales.
Sales. Well, I keep saying tears because I think that's the saying.
Look, I always do it. I don't know why. It's just some names that happens when I do that. But he went live. I want to say it was last Thursday, and I'm watching his live. And that was one of the things he said he gets a kick out, because I always say blood, sweat, and tears. And so I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Right.
Like, oh, I'm sorry. It's just to have. Okay, there's Lewis's channel. I don't see it in the chat. Oh, there it is. All right, there's his link. Go check out and see if you're subscribed to him. He just came out this weekend on my suggestive. I am. I did get a suggestion to go check out his channel this weekend, so that's why I went check it out.
There you go.
I believe it was on somebody's chat this weekend that I happened to also see. So you just
get recommended, man. That's great.
That's right. Let's see, Wendy. That's another one right here. Wendy, when she first started, she didn't have any videos. She said, "I haven't done anything yet." She's got 2 channels now. So there's her channel link. Go check it out.
Oh, she got a shed now.
Inherited the shed. What? That must have just come out, because I don't remember seeing that thumbnail yet. Okay.
But that's what I tell people, man, when they about to start making videos. A lot of people say they haven't made one yet, and you know, they kind of fear. And you know how people don't like to listen to their voice or see themselves on camera, but just make it. Your first ones are gonna be bad. All mine is bad. Everybody's is gonna be bad, but you'll get better and better.
I still laugh at my first one because the volume sucked.
Yeah,
I'm over here reading off of a piece of paper, and I already put what I wanted for my intro and stuff, and it was because of Harry Tornado. Of course, there it is. Blood, sweat, and sales. And I remember that. And he was doing the sorts video, it was a sorts video, the first one I ever did. It was because of Harry Tornado. That was one of the reasons why I started doing it. And I guarantee you're going to go back and you're not going to like your voice. But once you get used to it and you're being consistent, you're going to have a set followers.
Yeah.
It's great when YouTube starts to pick out your channel up in a few months and then unsubscribe, unsubbed. Watch us quickly jump to 50 to 30. And that has been going on a lot. But then again, there's a lot of people who, if they sub to you and they have no subscribers, from what I'm hearing, they do the purge on a regular basis. So that's why a lot of times our subs go up and down.
Yeah, I think they bots or whatnot.
Yeah, the only way to get better is to do, I have 120 videos and I just started to enjoy them. You have to kind of enjoy it and you learn from your own mistakes from your videos, because I do that. I'm always looking at what can I do to change what I did before.
Yeah.
You got a link for blood. Yeah, it's right here. Look at, where did it go? I saw somebody just put it in here.
No link.
Right here. Look at the 1043 timestamp. Where did it go? 1043. Right here. That's Leroy. There's his link. It's at 1043. An antique from Karen. That's Janet. She put the link in the chat for Leroy. And that is Blood, Sweat, and Sale.
Yeah.
That's his link. Check him out.
And also, the more you do, I mean, because a lot of people editing scares them. They're like, oh, man, it took forever. But the more you do, the quicker you get at editing, the quicker the stuff you realize that you don't need in the video, you won't put in, and you get a whole lot quicker where you can just throw them out and be done with them. So, I mean, editing is the big thing. You can record all day, but trying to put something together is the thing.
Yeah. Janet saw some video recently when her was 80% unsubbed watchers. Yeah, you can always check it out too. I'm rough shape right now. Crashed my motor. Oh no!
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Wow. She hit a deer. She got hit by them. No broken bones. That's good to hear.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I just watched a live auction for the first time last week, and I was like, yes, I finally caught it. So sorry to hear that. I hope you get to feeling better.
Yeah. I'm editing the video now. I'm editing the video now. And
the more you do it, you're going to get to learn it, because for me, it took me a while to realize, don't try to video the whole thing all in one set.
Yeah.
What I've learned is I'll cut them and do them in clips. And this way here, it's easier for me to get that front end and the back end, and I'm done.
Yeah.
And it's easier to put them together. But for me, when I first started, I was trying to record the whole thing all at one time. It's like, wow, this is hard.
Yeah.
So then I started doing just clips, set it, stop it, start it again, redo it. And I find it's a lot easier to edit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jan. I'm glad that you're, yeah, definitely. There's just more sub Karen. There you go. Yeah, she had a good auction going on. And again, I was able to catch it. You got another motorcycle. We got.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, you're right.
Get another you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's terrible, man. Especially on the motorcycle. I'm glad you're all right.
Yeah. So again, if you have any questions for Dave, go ahead and put them in the chat. I want to ask you another question in reference to, for those who are new in the chat that may not know who you are. And I know you did get an end of building to put your inventory in, because I know you do a lot of work out of your basement as well.
Right.
What is the one key thing that, say, for example, that you're looking to buy this, and all people call it the grail of things that you may not have found yet? Is there anything you're looking for that when you go sourcing that you're wanting to find that you haven't found yet?
Not really. I'm gonna tell you, like, I go into it with an open mind sourcing. I'm trying to think if it's anything. If it is, I'll let you know. But
okay.
So I never really, like, when I go your selling, which I haven't did a lot of in a long time. I kind of do everything online, but I never really go to look for, like, I know, like I was telling you, I know certain things that sell fast and good. You know, I mean, the video games and stuff like that. You know, I know Mario games do good. You know, Pokemon games do good, but I never really had. I don't know if I have that grill of things that I really want to get. You know, it's I'm just looking basically if you know, how much is it, and can I make a profit, and that's it.
That's good. I mean, not all of us will have that grail. You just never know. I'm just wondering, you know, are you thinking of something that you would really want to find?
Yeah, and it's and I'm picky now. Though I've been back in the day when I first started, you know, I was like, oh man, I can make a profit of all this stuff, and I was buying everything, and that causes your death pile and stuff you don't want to list, and you know, it's just too much. So now I'm passing a lot of stuff up that I probably would have picked up, you know, maybe 8 months ago.
Right.
So so it's got to really catch my eye and to do. You know, I'm always looking for new things though. Like when I see something that I never saw before, I'm always interested in stuff like that. But
Angie, I want you to email me. I know it depends on who you purchased it from. I did give everybody their information at the end of the show, so if you would email me, and I'll make sure to take care of that depending on who it was you purchased from.
And Drifty Thrifters, yes. If I found some some Grail Jordan 1s. It was worth like $2,000. I would love it. You know, I remember who was that? It was that found some Jordan 1s in 1985. It was Drew over at what's Drew's channel? My God.
Oh, you're talking about perfect. Oh,
I can't think of Drew's channel right now. I'm sorry, Drew. I'm having a mind
blank.
blank.
The one that's always with Harry Tornado on Monday nights.
Yeah. But anyway, he found the pair of Jordans, a pair of 1985 Jordan 1s, and he sold them, and he regrets it. And if you go to that video, he got a lot of comments saying, "Oh man, you could have sold them for this amount, but I think he sold them for like $800,
something like that."
Yeah, Profit Drew's Profit Monster. There you go. Thanks,
Profit Monster.
Yeah,
it was something with Profit.
Yeah, but he sold a pair of 1985 Jordan 1s that for like $800, and that's still a good. You know, he paid $20 for them, I think. So it's still a good price, but he could have sold them for a whole lot more. And a lot of people on his channel, if you read the comments, are like, "Oh man, you could have," but you got to think he still got some good money for that, you know. And it's but like stuff like that, I got a couple of Grails that I want to find, but I probably end up keeping them for myself, you know.
All right, Angie has a question. How did you find your vintage cigarette company stuff? Was that a kind of a sale that just was from networking?
Yeah, I got on Highbid, and this is actually this is when I met up with John actually, but I got on Highbid and I was looking at vintage T-shirts, and I found some. So when I found that, I noticed that he was selling a bunch of stuff, not just T-shirts, a bunch of stuff. So I actually went up there twice. The first time I bought like $1,000 worth of stuff from him, and he seen me come and get it. And he's like, "I see you like this stuff. You know, I got more of it." I was like, "How much more?" He's like, "A lot." You know, so he sent me a video of everything that he had, which is crazy. I might put that video out one day. The video was crazy of all the stuff.
Right.
And but he wanted like $10,000, like 10.5 for it. And I was like, I'm just not ready to spend that type of money. I don't know. You know, a lot of stuff he had it's hard to find comps and stuff like that. So I was like, nah, I don't know how much for all the T-shirts, but he didn't want to sell it like that. He wanted it all gone. So I went at him I said, you know what, 6,000. I'll take it for 6. You know, I kind of lowballed him. And he went back to 8, and then he met at 7. So I was like, you know, for 7, I'll come and get it. Because, you know, I had to drive 4 hours to get the stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember that.
So, and that's how he still got my number. I said, if you ever find anything, and the way he got it, you know, in Ohio, there was this one guy owned like 4 or 5 old stores that he'd been having for years, you know, back in the 90s. And he still had a lot of this stuff that he was trying to get out. So he got it out. He probably got it for nothing. If he sold it to me for 7, he probably got it for everything for $1,000, I'm guessing. And you know, and he's an auctioneer too. He runs an auction house. So I said, if you ever come up for anything that's kind of brand newish, you know, stuff that you think is gonna make a good profit, and you don't want to pay the 15% or something, blah blah blah, so let me know. So I went back and got it, and I took a chance on it, and it's worked out so far.
And what was the oldest item that you found in that lot that you purchased?
1974.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got a bunch of vintage signs, metal signs that are back in the 70s, and old bumper stickers back in the 70s.
That's amazing on the stuff you had in that lot.
Yeah, it's a bunch. Actually, it was a couple.
A lot of fun to listen to, but I have to go. Well, have a good day, Stephanie, and thank you so much for coming and spending your day with us. Again, thank you so much.
Stephanie.
Don't forget to put your link in the chat before you leave.
Yeah, so it's I mean, when you find stuff like that, if you can find a lot that just keeps on going, and you know, eliminate the sourcing, and you know, me, it's kind of it don't suck, but a lot of my videos I'm used to. I do go on to your sales. I'm picking some stuff up, but being that I haven't had to make that content, I can't make those type of videos. So I just been making what's sold videos, which my channel don't really work for what's sold videos. So right now my channel is kind of suffering a little bit, but I'm not gonna go out and buy stuff if I don't have to. You know, I'm not gonna buy stuff just to, you know, I got to do what's making me money, and you know, this way is the best way to do it. So
exactly. Good morning, Greg. Greg. And Shark Picker, good morning, hello, and welcome. I always get your name wrong. I know it's Greg, I believe.
What's going on, Land Shark?
Good to see y'all. So again, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. It's good to see each and every one of y'all every morning. And I don't want to keep up too much more of Dave's time, because he did, and it was great to be able to reach out to you. And I know with your schedule, and I really appreciate it. And it's a blessing for me to have you again on the show. And like I always tell you, you're always welcome to come on the morning show if you have time. And one thing about the morning shows, we try to share our thoughts and things that we do with others, so that especially that we get a lot of new people in the morning. And so this is one of the treats that we get, especially with you, and the way you grow your channel and the things that you do. So give everybody, I want to make sure we get in the show with maybe a thought from you in reference to, I know you're doing a lot of times where you're getting that time to set to spend time with your family, even though you work a full-time job, and then you're basically doing the eBay full-time as well. Give everybody maybe a word of advice on that part of the aspect of what you do with your business, with your family.
Well, I try to work my I try to work my my eBay business just like my job. Like when I'm doing my listing and I'm doing stuff, I'm usually doing it on days when I'm working, you know, but on my days off, you know, if my wife wants to do something, which she always knows when I'm off, I work 7 days, I'm off 2, work another 7, I'm off 5. On those days, you know, if we got to do something, we got to do some stuff. I'm not going to spend the whole day doing this. Usually when I'm off from eBay too. Like these 5 days, my wife's at work, so I can work, you know, while she's gone. But when she gets home, I'm pretty much done, you know. So it kind of works out when I'm off, you know, it's usually during the week anyway. So I do stuff while she's here. But when she gets back, you know, we just kind of chill out. So I treat it like a job. I try not to do stuff 24 hours. Like in my eyes, if you're full time, you should treat it just like a job, you know, from 8 to 5 and be done with it. You know, that way you won't get burnt out.
Right.
So if I was doing this full time, that's exactly how I would do it. You know, I would work probably from 8 to 5 or 9 to 6 or whatever, and try to be done with it, and then wake up and go back at it the next morning. You know, it's good to have a schedule. And my job, you know, I work in the lab, so I do test, and I test water and stuff like that, wastewater treatment, you know. So I have a lot of times where I'm kind of sitting there. So sometimes, I might have pictures on my phone already ready to go, and I list stuff while I'm at work, you know. So I'm just fortunate to be able to do it at work. So just use my time wisely. The more I'm at home, the more I try to stay off of it. Or if the kids or if my wife is gone, you know, like my kid's home now, but he's doing his own thing. He ain't worried about me. So I'll just kind of do it then. So just, you know, try to pick your battles, you know, don't, you know, it helps out. Two things it helps out with. It helps out as far as spend time with your family and not in burnout. You don't want to get burnt out. So.
Right. Andrew has a question. When you sell vintage items, do you both ever worry about the item not being the same quality? For example, bumper stickers don't have the good sticky quality.
Yeah, I usually list that. I was like, this is from the 70s. This is 40 years old or 20, however old it is. So it might not have the same stickiness, but it has never been used, basically. So a lot of them are just collectors anyway. They usually don't stick them to anything.
Exactly. That was another question I'm trying to get back to. How long have you been doing the socks for? And that, to me, is the smartest part of your business. Awesome idea.
Yeah, almost 10 years. Back 2013, like I was saying a little earlier, the kids wanted some socks. They cost too much money. I was like, I can do this. This is nothing. It got to be easy. I looked up how to do it and bought all the equipment, and been doing it ever since, but not really advertising it like I was beginning. I kind of advertised it to my YouTube family, and I do local socks in Louisville. So basketball teams, football teams, stuff like that. And I agree. It's cool, man. The kids love it. And the kids, you know, they come to me with different socks. They come all the time. The kids know how to do it now, you know, for the most part, you know.
Yeah.
So that's great.
I know when you first started doing the socks, and I saw you, actually the way I found you on that was, you know, I was watching your channel already, but then one day you did this thing where you were showing how you do the socks in the middle of you doing which sold videos.
Yeah.
And then once that happened, it's like I jumped on the bag, like, I want a pair of socks. You know, it was perfect around Father's Day last year, and I reached out to you, and it was amazing how fast. And that's one thing I have to say. You're very fast when it comes to emails or messages, when it comes to even that part of your business.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things I enjoy watching your videos for, because how fast you come out and you promote what you got going on, even though you have all the other things in life that you're going through or going to do. And you're always there. You're always showing and spending time with your kids, but also having them involved in it is also awesome too.
Right. And you know your time. You know, I know I got a full-time job, so I could really, on eBay and the sock thing, I can do so much more if I really wanted to, but I know it'll strain I won't be able to handle it, you know, as far as shipping out this many items every day and making these socks every day. And it'll be too much. So I try to do just enough just to be able to, you know, to be happy. I don't want to get tired and stop doing something just because, you know, it's too much. You understand?
And the thing about it is you're enjoying what you're doing and the time that you spend doing it and not having to get all burned out over it.
Right. Like me, I haven't listed in I don't think I listed in 4 days, you know. But before that, I went list crazy. You know, I listed 20 this day. I think I listed 30. So it's like, you know, I got these days where I do go crazy, and then I was like, just chill for about 3 or 4 days. Then the sales are not coming in. Let's do it again. You know, just to kind of, you know, not get tired of doing something.
Right. And exactly. Time management is everything. And that is so true, because everybody asks me, well, how do you, for me, for example, how do you do this and don't get burned out? Mm-hmm. For me, I start at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll get my listings done. I'll try to do my drafts, get everything done for the day, do all my packing, make sure I get all my labels done for that day before a certain time. And then by 2 o'clock, unless I have another show that afternoon, like on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm usually taking that break. And that's one thing you have to do and remember to do. You're doing this by yourself and you're doing this all day long. Take that time to take a break away from what you're doing. Walk outside. If you have children or dogs, walk them outside. Take away from all that. Take that time for yourself, and always take time to eat, refurbish your energy for yourself, because if you don't, that's how you're going to get burnt out.
Exactly. So, yeah, I don't feel like, you know, people be like, oh, I list this many, you should list this many every day. I just kind of play it by ear. You know, I kind of freestyle my whole thing, and, you know, if it ain't working, then do something else. So I kind of just do what I want to do.
Exactly. And that's what's good about it when you run it. It's like your own business. You do what you want to do when you want.
Right. I agree.
All right, everyone. Go ahead.
Now, this last thing, I just said it might be different for everybody. You know, like if you're doing it full time, you might have a certain thing you want to do. This is kind of part time, you know, so I can kind of, you know, being part time, you kind of do it the way you want to do it.
Exactly. Then everybody's saying, yeah, it's basically it. You got to set up for what's best for you. Maybe what I'm doing may not be working for you. But the best thing about it, every time we have a different guest on and they tell you what they're doing or how they're doing it, and it's what you take from it that it can help you. If it doesn't, don't do it. You know, it's just it may not work for you. So everybody else is doing something their own way. And eventually you will be able to add it to your daily routine for whatever may work best for you. So that's another good thing about it. You know. All right. So before we go, I don't want to keep Dave too much longer because I know he's got a busy life. And again, I thank you so much for coming back on as a guest. I know it took me a little while to get you here, but I got you again. And thank you so much for taking the time to come on the morning show with us.
Oh, always, man. You know, I'm always here.
Yep. And so with that being said, again, don't forget to put your links in the chat. I already put Dave's channel in. Don't forget, Dave, to put your link if you can on your eBay store or your Etsy store with the socks.
Okay.
So everybody can check that out. Don't bombard them all at one time. But yeah. And he works with you on the different designs. Email him or whatever you have to do if you're interested in socks. It makes a great gift. It makes a great thing for you to have in your office. Like for me, I hang mine on my wall right here. The funny thing about it, I still go back and watch some of my older videos where this wall was not even here yet. This design part, you know.
Oh, yeah. Right. There you got all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah, don't forget to put your links in the chat before we go to in the show because I don't want to keep Dave too much longer. So again, don't forget to go check out his channel if you have not subscribed to him. You're not going to be disappointed, and you get to learn a lot of what he's done and where he's come from. He's almost at 10K in subs.
Yeah,
and that's amazing. I was there when he was under 500 subs.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know. It's crazy, man, how things happen sometimes.
And one thing I have to say to you, you're still true to your roots. You're still true to what you did when you first started, and that's what I like about watching your channel.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't understand why people. I don't know, man. That's a whole different conversation. You know, it's
right. Another show some other day.
Right. You know, it's kind of crazy, man. Some people just switch it up on you, but hey, what can you do?
Right. And again, thank you so much for coming out again today. I know you've been on the show once before when I was doing the evening show almost over a year ago, actually.
Yeah.
And that was when you first started, and that was your first channel you ever did a live guest with. So I really was appreciative and honored that you did that with me as far as in that time frame. Mm-hmm. And now here you are again, and I thank you so much again for coming out. But don't forget to check out Dave's channel. That's the Tesla Picker, and I did put the chat link in there, and it's also in the description below.
And Instagram too. If you hear me there, I probably can get back to you. Same thing, Tesla Picker. I probably can get back to you a lot quicker if you if you need something. But I definitely appreciate it, man.
Before we exit and before we go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about your channel and how they can reach you.
Like I said, I'm trying to think. Okay, yeah, Instagram, Tesla Picker. You know, I guess that's the fastest way. I check my email every now and then, but Tesla Picker on Instagram. Of course, my channel is Tesla Picker as well, and that's about it. You know, I got a Twitter, but I never get on Twitter, man. I got to start doing Twitter. That's Tesla Picker as well. So,
okay, I saw a comment that said, "Quit being a bully." What does that mean? Where did that come from? Get over it. Oh, Nate. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
She talking about Nate.
Yeah. Everybody have a great day. And again, thank y'all so much for coming. Also, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up on your way out. Don't forget also to share this video out. And if you like this kind of thing, or even with the other programs I have as far as at 5 o'clock every Monday is the fun night bingo night. It's free to play. You win prizes. Also, every Tuesday is the Holla Dollar Money in Motion. This Tuesday, again, on the if you haven't joined our Facebook group that I did start, there's a lot of things I'm starting to do before I hit 1K, and this is one of them. I wanted to have a group for everybody to come on and post your links and your links to videos that you're coming out with, lives, or whatever you may be doing to promote your channel. There's the link. You're more than welcome to join. It is not one of those that is a private. It is also open to everyone. Also, don't forget, I am looking for anyone who would like to be part of my 1K new commercial intro. Here is the link to the original commercial that I did that with. And I'm looking for anybody who wants to send me a clip of an MP4 file. You can pick anything you want from that video. If you put in Frankie and Johnny commercials from New Orleans, Louisiana, you can find all the commercials for that one. That's just one link for one of the videos itself. If you watch it and you want to be part of the video, just send me a clip. And I'll be doing that when I hit 1K. I will be doing the new intro in the morning show and all my lives. So I want everybody to be part of that as being my my 1K. And also, if you want to reach out to me, I have affiliate links and everything into my link tree. Do you have a link tree, Dave?
I do, but I ain't gonna lie. I need to update it. I do have one though. I need to update it. I don't even know
so there's the link. So don't forget to check it out. And again, share this out every day so we can have others come out. Remembering every day is a different guest. I try to keep it secret, but that's okay because I do have some channels who are advertising it, which is fine.
That's pretty nice. I
like everybody watch their channel to see it, so that's a good thing.
I like that.
Yeah. Good morning, Westside Gary. Good to see you. Thank y'all for coming again, and also don't forget to share this out. Always come back and watch the replay and leave comments. Remember, if you're the first in the chat when I go live, or if you're first to comment on the video when it goes live on my channel, you get a pie point. And there are some videos this month that have no comment yet, so it's all up for grabs. And again, remembering at the first of the month, I will be doing the drawing, and with that, you'll be getting a box of 12-count moon pies, depending on the flavors I have at that time. So don't forget to do that. So any last final words you want to tell everybody before we go, Dave?
I really ain't got nothing, man. Just keep listening. That's what everybody says, right? If you list, you sell. You know?
That's right.
If you list, you sell. So keep listening. I need to follow my own advice sometimes because, like I said, I haven't listed in a while. But yeah, man, I just appreciate you having me on and appreciate everybody in the chat.
Thank you so much. And again, like I always say before I end each and every show, I will go to my little thumbnail here, my little ending. Again, Dave, we'll talk after the show. Don't go nowhere. And as I always say before I end each and every show, love always. Love is always free. Please be kind to one another until we meet into another chat and have a fabulous and blessed day. Until we meet again into another chat. Later.
Yeah.